That's $10,000, Connor. Ha ha! Yeah! 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 This show is not for sharpshooters. This show is a fucking machine gun. There's no chewy center to this show. It's all hard candy. This show is not a sniper on a fucking roof. This show is a drone taking out a village. Do not invite me into your house because I will come in and I will wreak fucking havoc. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. I'm loud in my head. This is, I think year 6 is just the year of loud because every time I do a show, it starts out because I'm conversing here with my friend Lily, and she and I are talking before the show starts, and we go back and forth, and I don't think I'm this loud. But then I put in the earbuds and I get up close, and I've got my tweaked audios cranking, and all of a sudden, boom, there you go. I'm right in my head. I'm very present, and I don't want me in my head. I'm in my head a lot. I would prefer to get myself out of my head as quickly as I possibly can, but that's not going to happen because instead, that's where I live. I live in my head. There's a little me who lives in my head like a cuckoo clock. And whenever I do the show, I just open up the trap door and boom, he pops out and he talks. It's little Schmitty. He lives in my head. That's who he is. He's like a little cuckoo clock dude. Because I'm cool. Look, I'm normal. I'm a nice guy. You know that. I'm not going to be prone to any sort of outburst or doing anything stupid. However, there's a man up in my head. And there's a little green man in my head. And he's got, that's the Kinks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. All right. There's a man under the bed and a little green man in my head. Paranoia will destroy you. Right, it's that song, right?
Yeah.
And it goes like this. It's a fucking great song. I'm not a Kinks guy, but I do like some Kinks songs. Like I have a friend, who's my friend, Pat.
Who's my friend?
He's the only one. That's like my only friend left. And whenever I need to go to the airport, I know exactly how many friends I have left because I sent out this email and I'm like, hey, fellas. And it's just, I've actually opened up emails and wind blew out of the speakers. That's how bad it is now. It's like, I'm like, hey, who wants to... Just a fucking gale, a tumbleweed comes out of my computer. No one is interested in helping you. A fucking cow skull just like loops out of my goddamn speaker. And I have nice speakers because I'll tell you what, your tiny speakers, your non-expensive speakers, they cannot accommodate a cow skull tumbling out of them. No, you have to have the nicer speakers like I have. Oh my God, they're nice speakers. They're so nice. Here, I'll tell you how nice they are. I actually received as a gift for Christmas a Bose Soundwave system with an iPod jerk or jack, not a jerk. Actually, I'm the iPod jerk. That's exactly that. That's the name of the show in year 7. Fuck word pimp. We're going iPod jerk, which by the way is a much more popular show than Zune jerk. So I'm the iPod. I have the iPod jack on my Bose thing, but this is how nice my speakers are on my computer. I never even used my Bose Soundwave system thing with the iPod jerk. I did not. I passed it up. I left it. It was there because I will tell you this: when I got it, there were visions that I was going to have a better house with an office. Like it was one of those things where it's like, well, I can't wait to put that in my office and use that, which is stupid because what would have been in my office as well? My great speakers for my computer. So I guess I really wouldn't have used the two of them, although I guess I could have synced it up for I could have played like the same thing at the same time on the two speakers and on the Bose. Oh my God. Talk about surround sound. And then you know what you do? You get some forks and pry my eyes open and I'll just fucking be at the end of A Clockwork Orange. Just like blaring music from all these speakers and then make my eyes stand wide and I'll go ahead and watch whatever the fuck you throw on the TV. It's good. You look like a droogie. Like did you ever dress up like a droog? You ever do that?
I refuse to answer.
Lily looks really good today. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. As a matter of fact, Lily is she's wearing, and I look, I don't have.
What Vicodin does for you.
Well, yeah, Vagabond Vicodin. That's what she's on. She looks at me. All right,
I did not say this.
Here's the show that we're doing right now. Okay, here's the show we're doing. Just before we started, she looks at me and she goes, "Did I take the pill?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Did I take the pill?" I go, I have no idea what you're talking about." And she goes, "Well, no, the bottle's out. I think that means I took a pill." And I go, "Oh, yeah, you took a pill." And she goes, "Okay, great." She goes, "Yeah, I have to be careful about the Vicodin I take." I said, "Okay." And then she goes, "Especially when I'm scoring it on the street." And, not kidding? Really? Not?
Totally kidding if anyone's listening from the Drug
Really?
Administration.
Really? So when your doctor prescribes Vicodin, it comes in a half ripped open Pepsi can? All right, good. That's good news. There's a Pepsi can. You ever see like an aluminum can? Yes, I'm sure it does. You ever tear an aluminum can in half and it's got that thing? She has half it, and because I hung out with enough fucking junkies when my brother was getting high all the time that they use those as ashtrays. They'll tear a beer can in half and that's their fucking ashtray and it's disgusting and they'll be in your house. It's so terrible. She has a torn off Pepsi top, like the can is torn in half, and that's where she stores her pills. That's so I'm sure that's definitely doctor prescribed. Those are some legitimate medications. Prescription or secret handshake with the guy down on Hollywood Boulevard? All right. You can't even open your mouth to talk.
No, because it all hurts.
Well, I know it does. Well, I was just about to warn these people because, it is summer. And so you get windows open and there might be different kinds of background noise. Well, it's not summer yet. I guess it's still winter and all over the rest of the world. But here it's like 80.
It's spring.
It's so gorgeous here. Well, no, but not in a lot of places. I have some friends in the Midwest who you might have heard of or known. That's a good point. I don't have any friends. You know what? I have it from my friend Pat. Did I tell you about my friend Pat? He likes the Kinks. Literally, that was all I had to say about him. I mean, if you go back, rewind it, because I didn't, I mentioned Pat and then I skipped off to something else about nobody giving me a ride to the fucking airport. But I was just, the only reason Pat came out of my mouth was because it's like, hey, Pat likes the Kinks. That's it. Because he strongly likes them. Like, he's a guy, he would know all about their fucking haircuts and their suits, and he knows everything there is to know about the Kinks. And I don't know that. I know.
Like you know about Kiss and their haircuts. And their
Oh my God. Well, I mean, how hard is it to know about Kiss's haircuts, especially now that they all come in a box? I don't want to talk about Kiss again. I can't. I've exhausted the Kiss topic. I'm furious. I'm never going to top. How do you pass up the opportunity to spit blood in Joan Baez's face? Literally, that is all that needs to be said about Kiss in the Hall of Fame. Although I guess today, and again, I'll tell you this. All right, this is going to sound so stupid, and I swear to God I didn't plan this. But I think something's up with Kiss today because on Twitter, my friend Pat, have I mentioned my friend Pat? I swear to God this is true. He's in like a Twitter fight with Eddie Trunk and Gene Simmons. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Because he's on Twitter. And by the way, when I say a Twitter fight, I mean Pat is like essentially in the balcony throwing peanuts at them, and they probably turn around occasionally to see what the fuck is going on. Like he's a gnat buzzing in their ear, but that's what Pat does sometimes. I told you, Pat used to, Pat's a troll. Like he'll do some internet trolling and he's not afraid of it. But he used to do it when it was just being known as being a dick. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a fancy troll name to it. Pat was just a fucking jagoff, and it was awesome. Because Pat would go to websites and he would create fake names and he would fight with guys and he would write these grandiose things and people would want to argue with him, and it was just fucking ridiculous. And I mean, he's certainly nothing controversial. It's not like he'd go to the Ugly Kid Joe website and proclaim them the greatest band who ever lived, but he would go, like, there was this place called the DLR Army, and I've talked about this on here before, and Pat made up a name, and he would go on and he would be the counter argument to all of their pro David Lee Roth arguments, and he would fight with them, and he would just, and the thing is, Pat's a great writer, so he's really funny. So he would write stuff, and then sometimes he'd just be like, fuck you. Like, he'd mix in just vulgar, simple stuff, but then he'd write like some paragraph that decimated, fucking Sergeant Panama or whoever the fuck was on the site. I'm not even joking, because it was the DLR Army, so they all had a fucking weird rank. It'd be like fucking Colonel Atomic Punk, or they're just all dumbasses. And so Pat came in, and I can't give it away. Because I can't, because I don't think he's ever said who he was, so I can't do it. But he would. He made himself. You gotta ask him. I can't do it. Maybe he'll talk about it someday. Ask him. Ask Pat about the DLR Army, because it's my favorite thing is that he went in there. I can't even say it. God damn it, because I'll get him in trouble. But he did something that made them all like it was the most basic stupid thing, but it made all of them furious. And he thought that was the funniest part of it, was he just went in there and did it. And I feel bad now because you're all like, oh man, you got to tell us, you can't just describe something and not say it. But I can't. I'm just not at liberty to say. But it was just this stupid thing that was like the most simple thing you could possibly do. But he just fucking did it. He violated all their protocols and said, fuck you, basically, and did what he wanted. And then they would yell him about it, and he would ignore it and just fight like a different fight. Pat, like, he would set fires over here and set fires over here, but then he would storm your castle. You know what I mean? He's like that dude. He fucking cracks me up. God, I wish I could say what it was. All right, so anyway, he's that guy. He's a troll dude. And so right now he's arguing with Gene Simmons and Eddie Trunk about Ace. And I don't know if he's arguing about the performance or, and I couldn't get a vibe on it because, I'll be honest with you, I was in the car. So I'm driving the car and I checked Twitter, and he was tweeting with them, and he's arguing about Ace, and I think he's arguing with people who want Ace to play at the Hall of Fame. Like, I think he's taking the counter argument to what I think. I think they should all just go up and play. And they should all wear makeup. I think everyone that night should wear fucking makeup. Hall & Oates should put on makeup. Everybody who's getting in that night should just wear the fucking Kiss makeup. Why not? Why not? But instead, I think Pat was arguing that Ace is a junkie and Peter's a fucking grandfather and they don't belong at the Hall of Fame ceremony. I think he was taking that counter, and saying it was okay with Tommy and Eric. Because Pat's also that guy. Like, he's accepting of the, why am I doing this? What is it, the Pat fucking show? What the fuck?
I have no
Pat likes the
idea.
Kinks. That's it. Let's leave it at that.
Your friends in the Midwest.
Listen, I have some friends in the Midwest.
I'm just kidding you.
And I'm not sure that they know anything about the Kinks, per se. But I do know that they're having a terrible winter. They're having an awful winter back there. I do know that. And the reason I was bringing that up, it's funny. You know what? You should serve this function every week because you've spurred me into remembering what I was going to talk about. Because I was going to mention to them that I said it was summer, but it turns out that it's spring. And I was mentioning that there's noises that they'll hear because we have the windows open and you might hear things from the street. But I will tell you this, the most annoying thing you'll hear, and you may pick up on it in your earbuds if you listen, you can hear a persistent hum. And there's a persistent hum. I'm getting it in my earbuds, and you're probably getting it in your earbuds. There will be a persistent hum on the show I'm hoping not for like every episode, but we're not sure when it will go away. And that's Lily's iron lung. So I wanted to make sure that you guys were prepared over the coming weeks.
Oh, fuck.
Because Lily is encased in lead. I mean, she is just... She's Dr. Manhattan. She's like in the room and all of her molecules have been dispensed and then put back together. But unfortunately, Dr. Manhattan came back a super being. She came back a broken down stripper. It's a drag. It's really a drag. She was in this room and she was completely disassembled and turned into a fucking light. And then she was gone for weeks. And then they saw sights of her. They're like, oh my God, I think I saw a naked hot chick. Like that happened all the time. And then finally, she was able to put herself back together and put a watch back together as Dr. Manhattan did and would do. And now Lily walks around naked and blue. It's really odd. Just like Dr. Manhattan. And eventually, Lily will build a glass palace on Mars.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. You know what, Mars, let's talk about Mars for a second, folks. Dumbass.
This is the weirdest 10 minutes.
It is odd, huh? Only 10? Holy God, folks, I apologize. Good.
Yeah.
Please be more than 11. Please be an hour.
11 minutes and 20.
An hour and a half. Just be over. I just want I mean, just for Lily's sake, because I'll tell you what, again, she's taking Street Vicodin, and she's sitting here, and she's, how do I explain her to you right now? She's, she's always having fun and laughing on the show and engaging me, which is very nice. But then sometimes she's in pain and she has to stand up and do a fucking Nazi salute, which is weird to fucking straighten her arm out because it's like, she's like, I can't straighten my arm out. I'm like, you want me to do it? I'll just fucking yank it, which makes me laugh. Here, I'll tell you this, because Lily's talking earlier this week about how, she wants to go to Hawaii for the Hawaiian Burlesque Festival. There's all these different things that she has planned, and she has these things coming up. And on Facebook, she made a joke, and she's like, how many hand jobs do I need to give for $1,300 to make the trip to Hawaii? And my answer, of course, was if you find the right guy, one, But at the same time, also, Lily can't lift her arm. I mean, I don't know. You got to worry about the quality of your hand jobs more than the quantity of your hand jobs at this point. You better get your hand job game down. You better get a grip on your hand job game before you start advertising on social media that you will start passing them out to make $1,300. Yeah, well,
Kidding.
no, Facebook's a contract. I don't know if you're aware of that. Anything that shows up on America's Yearbook is absolutely a contract. So if you put down, hey man, how many hand jobs do I have to give for $1,300? People will swoop in. How many? Let me ask you. What do you think? Because you said somebody did the math on it, right? Didn't a friend of yours figure it all out?
Mine said the average going rate for a hand job right now is $40, so it would be 32.5.
Well, I can tell you this. I don't know about the average going rate, but in all the
that was a while ago.
Yeah, in the interest of full disclosure, I happen to know when there was some sort of negotiating for a hand job. As far as I was doing research about, $40 seemed to be the actual amount.
Well, there you go. So everyone seems to know.
So your friend knew, so that's good. Did your friend tell you to tell your friends about that figure by any chance?
She did not.
All right, just checking. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You said it was 32.5?
Yeah.
So what's the half? Just like to non-completion?
The extra. Well, that's what I didn't know either.
Yeah.
Maybe if I got a tip, it would only be 32.
Somebody
If I
probably
got
give you
couple
a
tips,
couple
I
of
could
tips.
do
Yeah,
it.
well, you got to tip over and above.
I think I could get it under 20, but again,
All right, well, I hear you saying that. Now let me ask you this.
I don't think I could do any right now. I
Let-
could do a left-hand Lucy maybe, but
A side saddle lefty?
yeah, I
Remember
don't
that?
think
That's from like by year 2. Artless Snark and the Side Saddle Lefty. I forget that was because you remember you did that one time you were showing me and I was like, whoa, Side Saddle Lefty. Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If the opportunity were to present itself.
No.
Hold on. Let me finish.
That's famous last words.
Let me finish this pitch. And by the way, if you do agree to my proposal, you'll be hearing that sentence quite a bit. Let me finish. You may even be saying it a few times.
Not gonna be good.
If I can line up 25 dudes.
Yeah?
25 dudes. Now, because we're saying 40 is 32 and a half.
Yes.
We're going to work in a $20 gratuity. So we'll call it $60. $50. Let's call it $50. So you need $1,300. So that's essentially 30. We're down to 30 now. Even less. You're down to 27. If I can find 27 dudes who will give you $50 a crack.
Yeah.
Right now in front of God and everybody. Because I don't know if you know this. God listens to hand job shows. He doesn't listen otherwise.
Hand job talk.
He doesn't listen otherwise. But he has a fetish and he likes to hear about it, quite frankly. You know what? God's only other podcast he listens to? Never Not Hand Jobs. And he also listens to WTF, which is the hand job podcast with the fingers. So, he also listens to, yeah, dude, hand job. Just the adding of that word changes everything. It's great. All right, so, yeah, dude, hand job. I should call those dudes and tell them to change the name. Get me Larroquette. Get me John Larroquette's kid on the phone, stat. I would like to do that show. I've been told I should do that show. I don't know.
Well, if they change the name, definitely.
Oh my God. If they change the name to, yeah, dude, hand job, then I'm in. How do I not go on? Let me ask you this.
No.
Now I'm a friend, right? I'm a close friend, I would say. I would say you and I are very close friends.
I would say we're best friends.
All right. I'll go along with that. That's fine. I feel that I love you and I consider you and I best friends.
Yeah, you're one of my best friends.
All right. So I've got 27 guys willing to give you $50 a crack for hand jobs. Let me ask you this. Now, I'm your good friend, and I want to see you go to Hawaii. And I want you to Malcolm X the fuck out of this trip.
I don't even know what that means.
We're going to get you there by any means necessary. And by that I mean, what if I take 13 of those guys?
That is a friend.
I'm a good friend, right?
That is a best friend.
I'm a best friend. I split it down the middle. Now you get 14, I get 13. I can't take the extra one. But you get 14 and I get 13. Are you then on board with this proposal?
I might be on board just to see the disappointment in their face.
And the other 13?
For my 14. If
No.
you have a dick, your hand jobs are going to be much better than mine.
I know what I'm doing. I won't lie. I've been doing it for a while. Now let's put it this way. I've only done so far on myself. So far. It's early. It's still very early. But I've easily spent the first half of my life perfecting this. I will not lie.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. We're negotiating? Are we negotiating?
You're really that good a friend of mine.
Are we
Why
negotiating?
wouldn't you take them all? My arm's out. I mean, if you're that good a friend.
See, but here's the thing.
I'll
Crazy bad shoulder and loosey-goosey arm, that might lead to great hand job. We have no idea.
Yeah, but it would lead to paralyzing numbness down my arm for the entire time I'm in Hawaii.
Or it cures you immediately.
I don't think that...
Maybe you need repetition
Wait,
and
let me
motion.
think. None of those movements are on my list of physical therapy right
And
now.
that's the problem. And that is the problem.
Would you call my chiropractor and
I will
ask
call
him
him
that
immediately.
question? I'll get him up right now.
What do I dial? 1-800 bone in the nose? Because that is a witch doctor. Absolutely, because chiropractic is a fake medicine.
It's the only thing that's helped.
I have an alternate plan.
I don't...
I think my plan works. It gets you exercising, it gets motion back in your body.
Well, here, you start, and we'll see how I feel in a week.
Start gathering the names of the 27. I'm happy to do that.
I'm
No, because you seem to think that I'm going to do this piecemeal. No, I'm getting 27 fucking guys into like an airplane hangar, like fucking Annabelle Lewin. No, that's Annabelle Lewin from Bow Wow Wow. She did not have a gangbang. Hold on a second. Annabelle Chong did the fucking gangbang. Annabelle Lewin wants candy. All right, there's a complete difference there. No, I don't know. That's a lot of fucking candy to want. I mean, Annabelle Lewin wants candy. Annabelle Chong, at the end of it, looks frosted. I mean, like we can say that.
The show has taken a turn for the worse.
I disagree. I think the show is right on track. We're going to get up and back and get right on track. That's how I feel about the show. Because we're getting you to Hawaii.
Okay.
Look, I tried to get...
No, I'm out.
What? Hold on a second.
Totally out. Well, we don't have to negotiate. I'm out. Even at 100, taking it down to half that, I'm out. I can't do it.
But you love pineapple.
I'm allergic to pineapple.
But not to hand jobs. Hear me out. What if we do them 2 at a time? We're over in double the time. We're over in twice the time.
No.
Well, there goes my April.
Oh my god.
And I'm never getting my deposit back. Thanks.
I don't know what that means. Holy shit.
Thanks a lot.
Is this as weird as I think it is, or is it the Vicodin?
And now I have to call the producers and tell them it's all off.
Holy cow.
But at least they know now, so they can all find jobs on other productions.
Oh my god.
I had it pitched as a game show at one network. I had it pitched as a reality show at another. And then I had it pitched as porn at a third.
Okay, I want the titles of these 3.
Of the 3 shows?
Yes, what was the game show?
Press Your Luck.
Asshole.
Because it's genius. Because the people who love Press Your Luck think they're tuning into the old school Press Your Luck. And if you're jerking guys off 2 at a time and I'm standing there right next to you, you know people are going to start screaming, no whammy, stop. Stop at a trip to Hawaii. We reel in the handjob crowd and we reel in the old school game show crowd. It's perfect. Press Your Luck. Yeah. You didn't think I had it.
No. What are the other 2?
For what? I don't know. For what other shows?
What is the reality show? What was the other one? The porn show? What are either of those?
Well, the porn show would be called Stroke of Genius. Now, it was either Stroke of Genius or I was going to again try reeling people in for the classics. I was going to be called Splatterhouse 5. Then you get your Vonnegut fans. Look, if you like Vonnegut and you like handjobs, there's not a lot of cross content that you can go ahead and tune into. But if you love Vonnegut and handjobs and you go Splatterhouse 5, I'm watching that immediately. But I wasn't sure the people at the Spice Channel would get that, so I went ahead with Stroke of Genius.
And the third?
I'm sorry,
The
reality show?
Reality show, yeah.
Hand and Deliver. Now,
What, you thought about this too much?
I thought about it right now. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I just pitched 3 shows that are going to be brilliant. 4 shows, if you include Splatterhouse 5.
What the fuck? You're crazy.
We get Five Finger Death Punch to do all the soundtracks. Do all the theme songs for every single show. We can do, actually, I can tell all 3 of these shows. Because then, you know what? We got 27 hand jobs. We got 3 shows. You only give 9 on each show. Done.
7 hand jobs and 3 shows. That's the name of the show.
The name of this show is 27 hand jobs and 3 shows. That sounds like one of those martial arts movies. The Way of the Ninja. 27 hand jobs and 9 shows. 3 shows.
5 shows.
Look, I'm not doing math.
Neither am I, which is why I'm not going to Hawaii, I don't think.
You know,
I'm not doing hand jobs either.
I can actually pitch this as a web series.
Oh no, what is the name?
iPod Jerk. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
You're goddamn right. I actually flexed. You think I'm kidding? I'm actually flexed. You guys, dude, I went, oh, yeah, and I flexed into the fucking pose. The fucking straight. Look at that arm. God damn it. You should see me tie my shoes. Holy fuck. God damn it. Listen to me. You might hate me. You might tune in every week to fucking hate me, actively hate me. You might be one of those hate listeners because I get them. I will not lie. I get them. I mean, I don't get them. I have them, but I don't fucking get them. But people who listen to me to write me and tell me how bad I am don't get it, but good for them. But if you hate me, even if you think I am the singularly least talented person in the history of entertainment or podcasting, Splatterhouse 5 is worth your time.
It is.
And Press Your Luck. Honestly, the pitching the handjob show Press Your Luck to the fucking Game Show Network to reel in both audiences. Who's the man? Me? Oh, yeah. Flex it again. Yeah. All right, so. Sounds like you're in.
I am not in.
What
I'm not
the-
involved at all. There will be no hand jobs for money exchanged. There will be no hand jobs.
Oh, wait a second. I saw a glimmer of hope.
There's no hand jobs for no hand jobs for you. Or anyone else listening.
I'm going to start a write-in campaign and get you
No,
people.
you're not.
If you're on my side, you will write her and tell her. If I get, look, let's put it this way.
No.
If I can get 27 of you to step up,
No.
willing to give the cash, I think we can sway her.
Not a chance.
And she will sway you.
Yeah, just remember 13 of you are going to Mike. It's a handoff.
Oh, yeah. I'm flexed. All right. Actually, you know what? My forearm would look great in the middle of that, probably. All right.
Oh my god.
So, this got weird. This probably got
It's
weird.
over yet.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Should it be? Should we just let's just call it like a pledge drive and go ahead and write in. Hey, everybody. I'm gonna need you to send Lily photos of your cock to see if she can work with it, and then we'll see what we can do going forward. All right, it's a plan.
It's not a plan.
I disagree. I don't know why you're trying to back out of this. And I think if anything,
I never backed into it. Or front. What was the front?
you I don't know.
What was the front? What was the? There was the back and there was the front. What was the thing you said that was so goddamn funny?
Oh, I'm going in the front way.
I'm
That
going
one?
the front way.
Yeah.
That's what it is. There's no front way or back way on
That
this.
was about who? Who did I say that about?
I don't know. That was year 2.
I forget everything. I should go through these shows and harvest some jokes, right? Don't you think? Because I could probably do them on stage in front of a live audience at some point, and then we could film it. You know what? The 40-year-old boy is filming on stage in front of a live audience. And then me and Horshack walk in.
We should put that at the front of the show every week.
We actually should. And why did I pick Horshack? He's dead.
I liked Horshack.
No.
I wrote him from the celebrity. I bought a paperback book, Write Celebrities and Get Autograph Photos. I have Horshack's photo and Chad Everett from
Medical Center.
Medical Center.
But you wrote Ron Palillo,
I
and
wrote
he.
Ron Palillo. I didn't write John Travolta. I wrote
Ron Palillo.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Did you just write hello? How are ya?
No, but that's what's written on the postcard.
Of course it is.
It says, hello, how are you, Ron Palillo?
Oh, and he did sign it and wrote it
Oh, yeah,
back.
I still have it.
Wow. I'm going to say that is worth nothing, but that's fine. Other than create memories for you.
And a year of therapy.
Let me ask you this: if
Okay.
Ron Palillo comes back from the dead, will you jerk off his ghost?
No,
all
I
right.
don't jerk off ghosts either.
Well, I'm glad you draw the line. At least that's good news. Sounds like you have a no jerk off policy for everyone.
Well, no, I have a very much jerk off policy around people that I want to jerk off.
And you don't number ghosts among them?
No,
There's no ghost. There's no reanimated corpse that you would jerk off. Really? Errol Flynn comes back from the dead, carves a Z for Zorro in your chest, and then you don't jerk him off. Really? Well, he wasn't Zorro, was he?
no.
But he's like a swashbuckler dude, so I just assume he have a cutlass. Right? He comes back from the dead, and not a Buick cutlass. No, Errol Flynn's a classier dude than that, and he carries his own cutlass like a saber. Maybe he has a saber and a cutlass. Maybe he does the saber dance. Hey, you know what? Let me ask you this. That's what we do for Press Your Luck. You jerk these guys off to saber dance, and you have to be done by the time it's over.
I don't jerk these guys off for anything.
Maybe you jerk these guys off to saber dance, and you spin plates on their cocks.
No.
This is a way to raise money for you. Don't you realize that? Fuck Kickstarter. We got a Cockstarter going here, and you are in.
It's illegal.
It is not.
It is illegal to sell hand jobs for money.
Hand jobs are not illegal. I've been doing them forever, and I've never once been arrested. Now, granted, I have not filed a complaint. Certainly, that I will say that I am not the person who's complained, ever. I'm so disappointed you didn't like Cockstarter. All right, so.
I liked Cockstarter.
All right, so.
There was too much funny all at once.
Oh my gosh, sure.
Each and every piece of
You know what? I would have to say that honestly, it was almost like I was working as furious as I could to bring the funny forth, and then I showered you with funny.
Yes, you did.
I did everything I could. I two-fisted. I was working as quickly as I could to bring you the funny, and then the funny just shot all over you. And you know what I say after that? Next.
Again, if you were my friend, you'd take them all.
Dude, we could do it in like beekeeper suits.
You'd take them all if you were my real friend and just bring me the cash.
Wait a minute. So I get nothing in this equation.
My undying gratitude for being my friend and helping me out in my time of need. Why don't you send Mike a cock picture and see if he's willing to take you on?
But you're losing all of the game show element of this. If we remake the Press Your Luck and we have it, because here's the best part. Again, you're doing 14, I'm doing 13, 27 lucky guys. It's like that, remember that Million Against One or whatever the fuck that show was? All right, so everybody goes into a hat. And they're like, all right, this guy gets Mike. And then you pull the guy's name out and he's got to look sad. And then they film him as he gets like the worst hand job of his life. It's terrible.
I think it would be a better hand job.
I mean, it would be a better hand job, but he's not happy about it. He wants to see you. Let me ask you this. If I'm passing out hand jobs, are you at least standing there getting naked so they can kind of think of you?
I'll give you a picture of my tits. How's that?
Well, I mean, other than the ones I already have, so many.
You don't have so many.
I do. I actually have, well, they're paintings, really, not photos.
Yes,
Yes.
you see them every week.
Well,
That's fair.
I've painted them. All right, so my whole house is just, what if I did? I just had a fucking tit room. Just my ceiling is covered with a huge mural of your tits. All right.
That's awkward for everyone.
Well, especially for the guy who had to come in and paint it. I had 5 dudes. I had 5 dudes from in front of Home Depot, and I'm like, hey, Juan, hit the fucking ladder and paint this chick's tits on my ceiling. And he's like, what? And I jerked off the entire time. You know what I did? Because I wanted to time it right. While they were painting it, I would edge. I edged the entire time.
Oh my god.
So for like fucking 9 hours it took them to paint the mural. I was just there jerking off and then stopping, jerking off and then stopping, jerking off and then stopping. And finally, when they finished the painting, they were like, done, senor. I said, all right, back up, fellas. And I christened the ceiling.
Oh my Christ.
That's how it works. That's how I like to run my life. I get 5 Mexican guys to paint a mural on the ceiling, and then boom, I blast it. After 9 hours of edging.
Holy Christ.
This is awful, right? This show's awful.
This is a bad show.
iPod jerk.
This is a dirty show.
You have to call this iPod jerk, right? I think now.
I think so too.
Yeah, this show's iPod jerk. All right. Well, I'm in a way today. I apologize. I'm in a way. I'm in a bit of a way.
Why?
Because I had a near-death experience today.
What?
Yes. And by today, I mean yesterday. I don't know why I said today. Because it sounded good with way, way, way today. But I guess yesterday would have rhymed as well, but it's too many syllables. I don't like a lot of syllables. I don't.
You don't want to press your luck.
Street Viking and Lily is a fun Lily. I won't lie.
What happened?
Street Viking. Oh, a little coffee action. Heads all bobbing. You know who Lily is right now? She's on all this Street Viking. She's like the older sister in 16 Candles who takes all the muscle relaxers before her wedding. If you saw Lily right now, she's got 2 hands clutching a coffee cup. She looks like Gollum. She's like all huddled over. She's like,
Hand jobs for hobbitses. Hand jobs for hobbitses.
is that how Gollum sounds like? That's probably a bad Gollum. Oh man, I can't do voice. All right, look, we know I don't do voices. Let's put it this way: I do voices, I don't do them well. Here's my impression of Ray Davies or the Kinks. Getting a hand job from my friend Pat. Now.
Hand jobs. Is that how call them?
I don't know.
Sounds like Yoda to me.
It's fucking my throat up. You know what? I can't. I fucked my throat up enough this week. Here's why. Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. All right. I can't believe I'm gonna fucking tell you this story. This is true. I have satellite radio, so that's pretty cool. You can hop from station to station, all these different stations. There's a lot of different stations and go station to station. Shut up. Talk. So there's a 50 station, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Then there's a full, they have like a whole Pearl Jam station that plays nothing but Pearl Jam. And then they have a whole Bruce Springsteen station. Unfortunately, they have a Jimmy Buffett station, which is just, you turn it on and you hear just a pop top going for 24 hours a fucking day. It's awful. And unfortunately, it blew out my flip-flop. That station blew out my flip-flop. Literally, there's only one woman in Indiana right now who loves what I just said. Everybody else is like, I don't know what you're talking about, but there's one woman in Indiana who's like, ha ha! And she just climbed into her tanning bed. All right, so they have all these marginalized stations where they really try to reach niche people. They have Channel 33 is First Wave, which is all like the Depeche Mode, all that kind of stuff, and then 34 is Lithium. And by the way, if anybody out there is looking for Bush, the band Bush, you need to get Sirius XM radio and go to Channel 34 because they love Bush. Oh my Christ, do they? I've heard what was it? Everything Zen, and then what was the other one? Glycerine. I heard Glycerine this week. They keep playing them. I mean, dude, Bush, Gavin Rossdale. All right. So 38 and 39 are like Ozzy's Boneyard and Hair Nation, which is all just Poison and Tesla and all those dudes. But they'll play heavy, like there's metal, like Channel 40 I think is liquid metal, and they'll play really like fucking brutal, crazy, Cannibal Corpse sometimes and stuff like that. Right. Well, then Channel 19 is the Elvis station. So this happened a couple of months ago. All right, I'm flipping the channels, and I meant to mention it, but I somehow started talking. My bees flew somewhere else. My Elvis bees didn't show up. Say man, boss. That's my Elvis bees. Say man, buzz man. That's my Elvis bees. That's actually just an Elvis bee.
Bee.
Yeah. Do my bees all look different, right? I think they do. My head full of bees. They're not like the bees in fucking Willy Wonka remake where they all are the same bee. Like remember the fucking Oompa Loompas when Tim Burton decided to destroy Willy Wonka, and then he had all of the... he didn't destroy it. I didn't mind that movie, but it's certainly not as good as the first one. But the first one, they had Oompa Loompas that all look totally different. And look at all the work he created for a bunch of midgets, which was great. But then Tim Burton comes along and he uses Deep Roy as all of the Oompa Loompas. And I guess I get the uniformity of it, but at the same time, it kind of pissed me off, man. I want to see a bunch of different Oompa Loompas. I want to see a bunch of crazy midgets. Don't you have one midget and you multiply them? Fuck multiple midgets. I want a bunch of different midgets. I don't want a bunch of the same midget. If I want midgets, I want multiple midgets that are completely different. I don't want the fucking same carbon copy midget. Fuck that. So anyway. So my bees are different. My bees are crazy fucking like old school Willy Wonka Oompa Loompa bees. They're not fucking new carbon copy bees. My bees are all different. They're different shapes and sizes. That's how I like them. With grill marks. I'm Mitch Hedberg. Poor Lily. She's just hovered over. She just wants nothing to do with any of this. She's so bent. All right. So a couple of months ago, I'm flipping channels and I listened to the Elvis station, which is Channel 19. And there's a song by Elvis. And I don't remember if I told you guys this. I can't remember because you know what? I think I told Mex, but I told Mex on the phone, which you guys didn't hear that, right? All right. I have no idea. I never know what I talk about because, dude, this week on Facebook, on America's Yearbook, our listener friend wrote on my page, and he's like, hey, catching up on some old 40-year-old boy podcasts, and I heard a joke, and then he writes the joke, and I don't remember saying it. I don't remember saying it at all. And I said, all right, that's great. And he's like, dude, you're a verbal genius. And I'm like, that's awesome. I totally don't remember saying that joke ever, but good. I'm glad I'm awesome. So I'm listening to the Elvis station, and a song comes on. Now, the best part about the Elvis station is they'll play your standard Elvis stuff, but then the worst part of it is they talk to people. Oh fuck! Don't talk to Elvis fans, because they're all they're 85 years old. They go to Graceland with a live mic and they interview people out on the grounds. Oh, dude, these people are in line to see the Jungle Room. We don't want to fucking hear what they have to say. They're standing in line to go see Elvis Aaron Presley and then his dead brother Deke, or whatever the fuck his brother's name was in the backyard. Jesse, right? Jesse Presley? That's who it was. It's Elvis Aaron Presley and then his dead brother Jesse. Yeah. And if you sing that to the tune of the BJ and the Bear theme song, you're okay. Elvis Aaron Presley and his dead brother Jesse. BJ McKay and his dead brother Jesse. Elvis Aaron Presley and his best friend Bear. See, it works all the way. If somehow you could cast the ghost of Elvis into a BJ and the Bear remake, Lily would show up and give him a hand job. All right, so you would jerk off dead Elvis.
No.
Yes, you would.
No.
I don't believe you. Say, man, I think you would thrust your hand into his tight white jumpsuit and jerk him off right there. I don't believe it. Showed your photograph to some old gray-bearded men sitting on a bench outside a general store. I'm going to do all of Kentucky Rain. All right, so why not? Here's my favorite part of that song. He goes, they said, yes, she's been here, but their memory wasn't clear. Was it yesterday? No, wait, the day before. And I'm sure Elvis is standing in the rain with his fucking hat on in the photograph. And he's like, you old dumb fucks. When was she here? Don't give me your bullshit. It's bad enough Elvis is going from town to town showing a photograph of some chick who got away, who no doubt he wanted to just see her wrestle in fucking white cotton panties. That's the only reason he wants her back, because she was like his favorite little wrestler. He probably had her trapped in a box like a veal, because that's how Elvis treated his ladies. Ask Priscilla. That's why she took off. Wasn't Priscilla like 9 years old when he married her? I think she was, right? By the way, I've pitched your handjob show to the Country Music Network.
Are they replacing me with someone younger?
And it's called Kentucky Rain.
No!
So...
Oh my god.
We might have to call this show So. I've said So a million times. Peter Gabriel may sue me.
I think you should just call it Street Vicodin.
Street Vicodin? Done. She keeps touching her face. She looks like fucking Wiley from goddamn Dazed and Confused.
I feel like that.
Tim Lincecum keeps touching his nose. Then she's doing it. It's beautiful. Keep doing that. She just keeps touching her head. All right.
I just need to make sure it's still there.
Looks like the Street Vicodin gets you a little handsy.
No.
I guess we need to get the half a Pepsi can on the set. Keep you torqued up to get through your 13.
Oh my god.
Actually, you got 14.
I am not in on this at all. You're taking them all.
Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out on this now.
No.
Because again, we split it. You got 14 and I got 13. Listen to this.
Tell us about Elvis.
All right, you were going to get 14 and I was going to get 13. Hear me out. You get 13. Okay? I'm coming down one for you. You get 13, because I was taking 13 and giving you 14. This is what a friend I am to you. You get 13. I get 13. We go tandem on one lucky listener.
No, I'm not.
Tandem!
That's even weirder than being in the same room while you're whacking them off naked.
It's like the two-man luge.
No, I'm not involved in any of this nonsense or this tomfoolery or this hand jobbery. No.
You will have to wear the one Hanjabica shirt we sold.
You take you. Oh my god.
Hanjabica, that was a shirt that we thought up. Me and David were like, this is going to be awesome. Nope.
How many of those left in the house?
You know what? We did not print those because I knew that they may not be a big seller. So I did not pay for a run of the Hanjabica shirt.
I didn't get one of those. I should have asked for that one.
I think we had Zazzle do it. I think, that was one of the bullshit things that Zazzle.com/40-year-old boy did, and nobody bought all that stuff. Not at all.
Do you think they still have them at the warehouse?
They may have, they may have seen such hope in that concept that they printed 1,000 of them, and then they're just sleeping on them. You know what? It's actually better. It's like, when a team wins the Super Bowl and the other team loses and they send all the losing teams gear to Africa. I think in Africa right now there's tons of starving kids wearing Hanjabica shirts because Zazzle had to send them away. There's all these kids in these 2013 Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos shirts and their Hanjabica shirts. They're just walking around eating bugs. You know what? I guarantee right now, every kid in line in Africa to get his smile fixed because of Jimmy Pardo is wearing a Hanjabica shirt. That was my contribution to those guys. Hey, you want to fix their face? That's fine. I will cover their torso with the finest in weird racism and bullshit. It's not even a racism. I don't even know what that is. It was just Hanjabica.
It's sacrilege.
Sacrilege. There you go. But it was awesome. Just the fact that I came up with it, and then the design that Mike's, oh, dude, it was hysterical. All right, so, and it went nowhere. And let's put it this way. I mean, not even like an inquiry. It wasn't even like people were like, oh, dude, that's crazy, or oh man, that's rough. Or I mean, it passed by. It was like when I asked for a ride to the airport. That's how much silence it was. Great. It was as if I asked my Hanjabica shirt for a ride to the airport. That's how much silence I was greeted with. Because that idea came and went. What a tank job. That was the goddamn Hindenburg of t-shirt ideas. Except there was nobody around to call it the humanity. It just went down in flames. There was no broadcast. It just fucking crashed. What was I talking about?
Tell me about Elvis.
Say, man.
On the XM.
He's on channel 19. So, so they'll do these, like I said, these behind the scenes things where they're talking about old Elvis recordings, and then they'll play new Elvis songs. Well, not new Elvis songs, but real Elvis songs, the songs that you know and perhaps love. And then, like I said, they'll talk to someone and they'll put a microphone in their face, and it's like, oh, dude, don't, that person, their mouth is all stuck together from peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I don't want to hear from those people at all, at all. Today, this woman goes, my favorite Elvis song is a song. Well, I don't know why she actually had the Elvis accent. Hold on, I need to do a different voice. Well, I can't, but I'll make everybody in the Elvis line. He talks like Elvis. My favorite Elvis song is a song called "There Is No God But God," and it's because Elvis really nailed it by saying that, because there is no God but God, and Elvis says it right there in that song. And there's because you never want to worship false idols, and there is no God but God, and that's my favorite song. Just the circuitous loop of trying to talk in front of a microphone when you're not supposed to be talking ever. And I'd never heard that song, "There Is No God But God." Because I didn't care for the Elvis gospel stuff very much. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, look, I like a lot of Elvis stuff. I love a lot of Elvis stuff. Well, I like Scatter the Monkey. We've all talked about this, of course. But anyway, there's a song by Elvis that I do love. There's a lot of old references in this show. There's an Elvis song called "Trouble." Do you know that song? And I don't think Elvis wrote it. I'm sure he stole it from a black person, but I don't know for sure. No, I think it's a Lieber Stoller, or Stoller and Lieber. And actually, by the way, I think it was written by Lieber Stoller. But when I say that, I don't mean the famous Lieber and Stoller. It was written by former Major League pitcher John Lieber and comedian Fred Stoller. Got together and banged that tune out for Elvis in their infancy, when they were children, when they were childs. Look, Colonel Tom didn't like paying people, so he's not going to pay Lieber and Stoller for an actual song, so he went and found an alternate, a knockoff Lieber and Stoller. You know who writes terrible songs? Bieber and Stoller. Oh my God, that is a terrible team. Fred Stoller and Justin Bieber, they're writing songs together? Oh, fuck, that would be awesome. How great would that be if they did it? If they really got together and they called themselves Bieber and Stoller, and then they wrote songs, and they were good. What if they were good? That'd be great. All right. That would actually be better than if they were bad. What if Bieber and Stoller got together and they were the greatest songwriting team since Lieber and Stoller? What if it's just in the cadence and the syllables? What if that's all it's about? Because again, I didn't like syllables earlier. I'm on board with syllables now. I need a syllabus of these syllables. So there's a song by Elvis called "Trouble." It's a couple of months ago. I'm in the car and it comes on. And it's Elvis's tough guy song. Because Elvis is a tough guy in this song. And well, I mean, this is Lieber and Stoller acting out all of their wannabe tough guy fantasies through the bulldozer that is Elvis Presley. And the lyrics are like, if you're looking for trouble, you've come to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, just look right in my face. And the best line, though, is he goes, I was born standing up and talking back, which is a fucking awesome line. And Elvis delivers it great. And then he goes, when I was a kid, I never knew what this meant. And I'll be honest with you, I'm an old man now. I still don't know what it means. But it's, if you're looking for trouble, da-da-da-da-da. That's the thing. That's actually that. It goes, if you're looking for trouble, ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, is that the opening part? I don't know if it is. It's if you're looking for trouble, da-da-da-da-da. You came to the right place. Da-da-da-da-da. If you're looking for trouble, just look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. And then he says, and I can't do it because I would have to yell, and also I can't sing at all. I sing poorly. It's not even poorly. It's not even singing. Really. No, I sound like someone dying in the Hunger Games when I try to sing. It's all I try. I want to. I just did interlude stuff, and Max. I don't know how he fucking does it, where he just writes stuff and he goes, you don't have to sing this, and I'm like, of course I don't. Oh my God, it would ruin everything, because he does like a billion things of brilliance and then fits me in somewhere and lets me and plays to my non-weaknesses. It's not even strengths. You know what I mean? It's like he just goes ahead and plugs me in and goes, do this, but don't do that. But when that means singing, like don't try to sing at all. And I don't blame him, because I don't want to. I would hurt your ears. It would ruin you. However, here is a 15-minute piece about singing. Now, but Elvis says, my daddy was a green-eyed mountain jack because I'm evil. And I don't have any idea what a green-eyed mountain jack is. even as a child, because it has such a promising beginning. It has such a promising beginning where he's like, if you're looking for trouble, you come to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, just look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. Hey, did I mention my father? He's a green-eyed mountain jack. Like, who is scared of that? You were so good. Your trash talk was doing so fucking well. And to this day, I don't know what a green-eyed mountain jack is. You know what it sounds like to me? A Starbucks flavor. That's what it sounds like. Elvis's dad is a Starbucks flavor in this song. And I'm sorry, that's not intimidating anybody. You would set such a precedent with, if you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place, you're looking for trouble, just look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. My dad's a fucking tall grande. That's what he is. My dad's a grande cup of java. You want some of this? Who wants some of me? My dad's a beverage. Step it up.
That's what that means.
Green-eyed mountain jack? I think it is. I bet you can go right now to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and order it. You can order it right now. If I walked in right now to a Pete's Coffee and I said, excuse me, I would like a venti green-eyed mountain jack, they wouldn't even blink. And they wouldn't even ask for my name. When it was done, they'd just say, Elvis. Because they know I could go right now to any coffee shop in Kentucky. I could go to any Starbucks in Kentucky and I could show a photograph to some old gray bearded men sitting on a bench outside of a general store. And they would pour me a huge, tall, venti, grande, green-eyed mountain jack. Now, they wouldn't be sure where to find it because they knew they had it. They weren't sure if they had it yesterday. Wait. I'm sorry. We had it the day before. But it was so promising. I was born standing up and talking back, and you've got my attention. You have my attention, Elvis. You are ready to do some fucking damage. And then you tell me about your father. Like, dude, if you're going to fight me, I don't give a fuck about your dad. Especially the fact your dad's a goddamn cup of go juice. I don't care. I'm going to beat the fucking cream and sugar out of your ass. That's right. My daddy was a green-eyed mountain jack. And again, I didn't know. When I was a kid, I had no idea what the fuck it meant. Still don't. And then he sings, he's like, because I'm evil, my middle name is Misery. Well, I'm evil, so don't you mess around with me, which is fine. So he's evil. He's telling you how evil he is. Elvis is just like, fuck you. I'm totally evil. Born standing up, talking back. And this is Elvis's tough guy song. And it is tough. It is. Other than the thing about his dad. And then the band slows down. And then the band kicks in and it goes, da-da-da-da-da. And then Elvis goes, I've never looked for trouble. Da-da-da-da-da. But I never ran. Again, establishing his bona fides as a tough guy. You want to start something, that's fine. Elvis isn't going to start something. He is going to finish it. Because let me tell you something. In a fist fight, Elvis, much like Folgers, is good to the last drop. I couldn't even get it out.
Oh my God.
All right. The best part of waking up is Elvis's dad in your cup. All right, so.
Oh no.
I've never looked for trouble, but I never ran. I don't take no orders from no kind of man. Again, very tough. You don't want to mess with Elvis. I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. He's warning you right there. That's all he has. He has no weapons. He's just pure Elvis. That's all he has at his disposal. Is 5'10", 155 pounds of king. I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. Should have thrown rhinestones in there. Would have rhymed, but probably makes the line a little long. Makes it a little long. I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. And then this is great. This is good trash talk because this is the part where he blew it in the first verse with my daddy's a green-eyed mountain jack, where everybody's like, "What the fuck?" But then he says, and I have to yell it. I don't mean to. I apologize. But he's just but if you're gonna start a rumble, don't you try it all alone because I'm. Now, that's loud. I apologize. But how great is that line? Now, see, that comes back from the green-eyed mountain jack because now he's like, hey, if you're going to try to rumble, you're like, I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. I'm only me. I am only the guy who's saying, I want you, I need you, I love you. That's all I am. I'm only the guy who sneaks into a black guy's room in the night and steals his songbook and then records it and makes it famous. That's who I am as a guy. I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and goddamn royal bone. But if you're going to start a rumble, don't you try it all alone. Because you'll have to deal with me and Red West and Charlie Hodge. You'll have to deal with all of us. Fuck, I got a monkey in the van you're going to have to go through if you want a piece of me. That's what he should have said. But he says, but if you're going to start a rumble, don't you try it all alone. So he establishes that he's ready to take you on, right? And then he's like, because I'm evil, my middle name is Misery. Well, I'm evil, so don't you mess around with me. Now, again, it's this tough guy song, and it's very stark, and the band is like, da-da-da-da-da, and then he sings with no music accompaniment. So all of these lines, like I said, it's just Elvis and being tough. And then, when he says, don't you try it all alone because I'm evil, my middle name is Misery. Well, I'm evil, so don't you mess around with me. And then, for some reason, the band decides to get involved. And I don't mean like where they're going to back Elvis up in a fight. All of a sudden it's like 9 dudes with clarinets and piccolos and the fucking Jordanaires, and then you're in a goddamn street brawl. You're in a street brawl with a bunch of fat white guys in fucking white coats, which you do not want to have happen. Because that's the thing, is they all traveled around in a van. That's what Elvis did. He went from town to town in a van with Red West and Charlie Hodge and Scatter the Monkey and the Jordanaires and a bunch of dudes armed with instruments, and he started fights with people. He would get out of the van and just go, hey, are you looking for trouble? Just look right in my face. Because I was born standing up and talking back. And these people are like, I'm just trying to cross the street. And aren't you Elvis? Why are you starting to fight with me in the street, Elvis? Go back in your van. So again, like I said, it's tough, and it's a tough guy anthem, and it establishes Elvis as a tough dude. And I should tell you, I'm in the car listening to this, and I've known this song since I was a kid. All right, and I remember it as the tough guy Elvis song, but I hadn't heard it in a while. But when it came on, I left it on, and it started to play, and I'm like, all right, this is awesome, and Elvis is tough. And then at the end, like I said, he kicks into that thing where he says, I'm only flesh, blood, and bone. If you're going to start a rumble, don't you try it all alone. I'm evil. My middle name is Misery. I'm evil. Now don't you mess around with me. And all of a sudden there's like the cymbal starts crashing, and like there's like a triangle, I think. And I think there may have been a slide whistle, like, eep. And then the band kicks in, and Elvis goes, well, I'm evil, 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 evil. I'm evil as can be. Hey, I'm evil, evil, evil. And the band is playing, and he's lost all of his evil, quite frankly. I won't lie to you. He might be telling you now that he's super evil. Earlier, when it was just him stark and talking, wearing a leather coat and backed up by the Jordanaires, then you know what? He's evil, certainly. But now, he kicks into this evil, like this weird evil, and you have to hear the band, because let me tell you something, folks. I've been in many a street fight. And that's a lie. Not many. I might have been in 5. And with some really awful people. And I can tell you this, not one of them at any point in the street fight kicked their trash talk in with a ragtime band. It never happened. No one ever jawed with me to a swing beat. It never fucking happened. So Elvis, who had lost, he was so tough early on. He'd overcome the fucking dad thing. He was super ready to go. And then all of a sudden this band is, well, I'm evil, 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 and evil as can be. And then the worst part of it is at the end, he goes, so don't mess around, don't mess around, don't mess around. And I'm like, dude, I am absolutely going to mess around with you. I got to tell you. If you just kicked it at you, because you were, you might have been a tough guy. You might have been a scrapper. I see you got a pompadour. I know you got a leather coat. I know you got those fat guys all doing harmonies behind you. That's fine. And I still might be trepidatious about getting involved with you. But the second you go to this West Side Story level, I am going to fucking smoke you, Elvis. I am absolutely going to fucking smoke you right now. And I'll tell you what, tell whoever runs that fucking tiny mansion of yours to dig another hole. Because your brother's going to have company if you want to take me on, motherfucker. I don't think you can handle my title. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. Fuck you. I tell you what, if you're going to fight me, quit snapping your fingers, all right? That's my clue that you are not ready to jam. You are not ready to go if you're outside going, don't mess around, don't, shut the fuck up and fight. Shut up and fight. I go Buddy Hinton on your ass. Shut up and fight. Anybody who can tell me who Buddy Hinton is gets a download set. Year of your choice.
Well, they're going to look it up. They're going to cheat.
All right, take it out.
No, leave it in.
No, take it out.
Cheat.
No, it's cool. Take it out.
No, leave it in.
No, I forgot about the internet. The internet fucked up contests for everybody.
There's no prize, though.
No, I'm sorry. That it's off the table. No longer am I offering a year download set. Absolutely not. Because I forgot about the internet. Because people just Google it, they're going to find out who the fuck it is immediately. God damn it.
If it were just like, but
The internet ruined trivia. Because in the old day, I could just fire off a trivia question at some supermarket and people just sit there dumbfounded and I'd laugh in their face and steal their cookies and run away.
Why would you do that in a supermarket?
I'll have to tell that story another time. All right, so. Look, I lived part of my life as the trivia bandit. Now.
You stole cookies.
I would show up and I would ask. I worked solely in the cookie aisle, and I would ask someone a trivia question. They would be dumbfounded by it. I would steal their cookies and run away. I never said I didn't have a past.
Holy shit.
They really should have been tipped off by my old-timey mask that I was wearing around my eyes. Just tied fucking like a blindfold. Cut holes in it, and asked them trivia questions about the Super Bowl, and they didn't know what it was. And I grabbed their Fig Newtons and I dashed out the door. I'm a terrible person. So Elvis, it kicks into this ragtimey beat, and it's all of a sudden it's like, hey, you were tough a second ago, and then Spike Jones showed up and fucked up your whole game. You're not tough anymore. Spike Jones showed up and brought cocktails for two and then ruined your entire fucking tough guy facade. On some excluded rendezvous. All right, so. And when we walk the avenue. I'm evil, 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 I'm evil. And also, by the way, if you're evil, stop telling me how evil you are. Just take a poke at me, Elvis. Just establish yourself physically. You don't need to tell me you're evil because you're not convincing me. You're certainly not scaring me. And the band kicking in, like I said, drained all of it. But then he's like, I'm evil, evil, evil. And then so don't mess around. Don't mess around. I'm evil. And then he goes, I tell you I'm evil. Like he says that at the end. It's like one of the last lines of the song. I'm evil. I tell you I'm evil. He might as well just throw in a ha cha 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 at the end of that. You are so less than evil. If you were in a math test for a third grader and there was evil and Elvis, guess where the less than points? Right at your goddamn pompadour. And then I would draw teeth in it and it would bite you. Actually, no, it eats the greater one. So it would eat evil. So I guess you're doing a larger service, Elvis. By being less than evil, you've allowed my sign with the teeth to devour evil. Perhaps that was your goal all along. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. I tell you I'm evil. And then the last, what's the last thing in the song? Is the band swinging, everything's happening. And he goes, yeah. Just throw up some jazz hands and give up this fight. So I'm in the car listening to this. And again, I like Elvis. And I love the song, but I hadn't really thought of it in that context. Which seems weird, probably. You would think I've been thinking this my whole life. But I remember even as a kid going, I don't know what a Green-Eyed Mountain Jack is. I don't have any idea. And then I'd throw on a Kiss album. Which is a lie. We would listen to my mom's Elvis stuff. My mom loved Elvis. Oh my God, did my mom love Elvis? And literally, there was a thing to say there, and I went, "Don't."
Say it.
No.
All right.
No,
Be
because,
nice to your mom.
huh?
Be nice.
Of course, I'll be nice to my mom. I'm seeing my mom. Did I mention that? Yeah, I'm tickets bought. I will be in Florida in 2 weeks. Hopefully, my mom will be there. She's finding out tomorrow. Well, no, today.
If she'll be there.
Well, I guess so in a certain way. Yeah. She has no. I'll give you an update on my mom. She has no surgery date or anything yet. She has. Did I mention that she was driving herself bananas?
No.
Oh, dude. So my mom had she's got cancer. My mom's got lung cancer, and they were trying to figure out how they were going to fix it. By the way, I'm sorry if my voice went away. It's because I leaned away from the microphone there, so I apologize. Now I'm back. So my mom has lung cancer. Why? I mean, I had to tell them that, right? Because they heard my voice go away. All right. It's very important that I identify every single thought and action that I'm doing right now. I don't know what to do with my hands, quite frankly. Lily, the offer still stands.
No, there's nothing to do with my hands or yours.
Because the two of us would both know what to do with our hands at that point.
How's your mom? Talk to me about your mom. Tell me about your mom.
Maybe here's the thing. Maybe we up the price a little bit and we make some money for my mom. Hand jobs for mom. So we can call them hand moms.
That's something else.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Eek. I leaned away from the microphone again. So my mom has a lung cancer problem, in that she has it. And so she started to get a little crazy and starting to freak out a little bit because she just wants the surgery. She wants it out of her. So they put her off, and then they gave her that speech, like I said, where they're like, don't worry, this is the best cancer you could possibly have. My mom's like, fuck that. She wants it out. Get bombed. So my mom worked herself into a lather by quitting smoking and then taking medicine and trying to calm down. And her blood pressure went through the roof and her heart rate went crazy. And then one night she finds herself numb on the side of her body. Like her face went numb in her arm. And she thought she was having a heart episode. So she called me. And the next day was when she was getting her surgery date. And she said to me, well, I had this thing, my face went numb and I'm a little worried. She goes, I know if I tell them about it that they're not going to give me a surgery date. So I'm not going to tell them about it. And I went, no, you absolutely have to tell them about it. She goes, well, no, it's no problem. I'm sure it's just stress. And I go, it doesn't matter. I said, Mom, they're going to put you under, like seriously put you under. And if you're going to have anesthetic, you need to know if your heart is strong enough to take it if you're going to go under. So you have to tell them. Well, I don't want to do that because they already made me fucking wait this long. And I said, yeah, I know, Mom, but nobody wants cancer inside of you. I mean, if they needed to get it out of you, they would get it out of you immediately. But I'm sure they're doing what they need to do to go ahead and figure it out. So you have to tell them tomorrow. And I made her promise me. And she's like, but if I do that, they're going to give me some cardiologist bullshit. And I said, I get that, but that's fine. That's better than you not waking up. So she went the next day. And sure enough, well, first of all, she went there and she became my mom in that she was pacing and walking around and pissed that they didn't see her right away. And finally she went, fuck this, I'm leaving. She just loved it. She grabbed her purse and went to walk out. The nurse chased her out and grabbed her. Hey, this doesn't sound familiar at all, does it? So the nurse brought her back in and got her some water to calm her down. And my mom could not stop shaking, so she couldn't hold the water. So the nurse had to hold the water for my mom, and my mom took her nurse's wrist, and then my mom was shaking so badly the water poured all over my mom. Like my mom was that out of it. Finally, she got in. She had to go, and sure enough, they told her, you need to see a cardiologist. So they put off giving her a surgery date. She had to go for all these stress tests and the CPAP test and all that sort of stuff, and the PR, pulmonary, the CP test, cardiopulmonary test, whatever. She passed all of them. Really, really well. They told her, you're great. Everything's good. You've stressed yourself out. That's the problem. You are crazy stressed. So they said, we'll go ahead and get you back in the pipeline to get yourself something scheduled. And so she has a meeting on the 20th, which I think is today as you listen to this, but it's tomorrow as I sit here and talk to you. And then she will have a surgery date. Now I will tell you this. I don't know if they're going to see her quickly. I don't know if they may see her while I'm in town. Because I'm there April 1st through the 8th. And so I don't know, she may be laid up and I may be there assisting in her recovery. I may be in the hospital the entire time. I actually, you know what, it's funny. I get to town. I actually get to see her on the 2nd. I fly in late on the 1st and then I'm staying over in Clearwater, I think. Because, dude, fucking trying to figure out the airfare and connecting flights and shit because, Los Angeles to Florida, like you can fly nonstop to Miami, but my mom lives in some fucking puddle jumper town. So I literally have to fly to Miami and then Miami up to Tampa and then rent a car and drive. And it's just, it's a zoo. So yeah, so she's that's where my mom is. And I'm seeing her in 2 weeks. And I haven't seen my mom in like 3 years. So that'll be interesting. Well, it's just, I mean, I want to see her. I love her. It's going to be great, but it's just, it's a weird time. And hopefully, like I said, she may have her surgery before then, or she may be having it while I'm in town. She actually wanted me to come to town before she had the surgery, which I understood. But I mean, if she's all stressed out, she's just got to fucking get it done. I hope they give her a date. Today, they should give her a date. So we'll see. And by we'll see, I mean I'll see, because you're not going to see anything. What are you going to do? You guys will be sitting there with bated breath. I'll just come out onto a podium like fucking the Pope at the Vatican. She has a date. Did I read that the Pope said fuck?
No.
All right, good. I'm glad you're telling me that because literally that was the story, and I just went, I'm not even going to read this because I'm sure it's fake. I'm sure it's some phony bullshit.
He said something in Italian that didn't translate properly through the person who was translating it to Polish or something, and so it could have been one thing, or maybe he said fuck. It was the dumbest article written the dumbest way I've ever said, because I'm sure the Pope went out and said fuck.
So wait a minute. So you're saying that a Catholic leader spoke out of both sides of his mouth? Yes. That's surprising. I would never think that would happen.
No, he translated a word improperly. Somebody who was helping him translate something. And so it could be taken one of two ways. And yes, I'm sure that was the intention he had.
Of course. He's the Pope. Why wouldn't he swear? He doesn't have a podcast. That's when he saves his language for his podcast. He does a popecast. He's got he keeps his audacity in his hat.
There's a lot of audacity.
Yeah, he does. The Audacity of Hat. That was actually the Pope's autobiography. Literally, I just want to drop the earbuds and walk out on that one. All right.
We have to finish Elvis.
It's funny you would mention that.
How come I'm on a Vicodin and I can keep track of your show?
Better than you have been in previous weeks.
I'm wondering if maybe your bees are all on Vicodin.
You think so?
I understand them.
No, I think Vicodin has given you bees.
Oh, fuck.
Like they say, like Red Bull gives you wings, Vicodin gives you bees. So now you can actually pay attention and keep up. So you know what, everybody out there, drop some Vicodin, man, before you, because apparently I'm a hippie. Hey, man, let's drop some Vicodin. You drop it? No, you drop your album and you drop acid, but you don't drop your Vicodin. And you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. And I'm going to keep on loving you because it's the only thing I want to do. I don't want to sleep. I just want to keep on loving you. You should have known from the look in my eyes, baby. There was something missing. All right. I did the whole song. I won't do the whole song. No, instead I will change. Change!
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter who you are. It's all the same. Change! I'm going to go with a little John Waite.
Oh, Christ.
Tell
me about Elvis.
So I'm in the car, and I hear that Elvis song. My mom loved Elvis. That was what I was going to say, because she would listen. And I'll tell you this is funny. My mom would listen. We would listen to the New York album, Madison Square Garden. We'd listen to Hawaii. I think I talked about that on here. I was in Graveyardville, and the fucking Hawaii special was on, and I was like, fuck it, I bought it. I just bought it. I had no money, bought it, and then my wife left. All right, so cause and effect, folks. Which, it was funny. I bought the album. I said, honey, I bought Aloha from Hawaii. She said, Aloha from Valley Village. And she walked out of the apartment. Adios. And when she walked out, fucking Zach Sarah Sprutza 2001 theme played. What I was going to say is when I was a kid, I would listen to that music and pretend that I was like walking into the room. Like we would play the beginning of the Elvis album because, that was how the show would set up, and then Elvis would do that stupid backward walk, and CC Rider would play, oh, did you hurt yourself? Poor Lily, she just did Elvis. She tried to do the strut, and then she pinged her shoulder. Oh, take a Vicodin. That's how Elvis did it. His shoulder hurt all the time, but he would take street Vicodin.
Great, I'll be Elvis soon.
Why not? I'll be Elvis soon. Oh, I like that. That's actually sounds like a fun song name. I'll be Elvis soon. So we'd play the and I would pretend that I was entering the stage or walking on, because then the drums would kick in and CC Rider would play, and then Elvis would do that. He'd do that weird Elvis strut, and then he would walk backwards. That's what I did as a kid. I think I messed the mic up again. I may have done it. I don't know. Well, I can hear me fine in my head, but then I go away when I shift my head. Why? I'm shifting all over the place, folks. Because Lily's all nervous. She's like I said, she's all hovered over and moving these weird movements because she's stretching, and then I kind of like try to match it. It's odd. Again, we're a 2-man luge team. We're a 2-man hand job crew.
No, we're not.
We're 4 hands, no waiting. So I was all right. So I'm in the car. He said this a couple of months ago. And Elvis finishes, I'm evil, evil, evil. Don't mess around. I tell you I'm evil. Yeah. Hacha. And I laughed out loud in the car, even listening to it, because I was like, you're not evil at all, dude. All that shit I just told you, that went through my head. I'm like, dude, you could not be less evil. So then I'm flipping stations on the same trip, and probably like, I don't know, there was commercials, and I flipped, and then I found, because I hate commercials on satellite radio. I hate commercials on radio. That's why I bought satellite radio. But now certain stations run commercials. And it's like, dude, I pay you every month not to have fucking commercials. What the fuck is your problem? So I flipped over to old time radio station, and there's commercials, and those commercials are so bad because they're all geared toward old people. What if I told you could stop taking your diabetes medicine and be cured with one small pill? You've heard about this. It's all over the internet. And they say that because they think old people are like, oh, well, it's all over the internet. It must be true. It's just terrible. So fucking embarrassing. And so it was a commercial, and I was pissed. So then I flipped over to the metal station, and our song started. There's this thing. All right, this song starts, and it's this ethereal beginning. It's like sounds like wind, because it's a metal station, and I didn't recognize it. And then the fucking guitar riff kicks in, and it's just You know, because there's on the Hair Nation station, I've kind of burned myself out for hair metal. Because Poison and Tesla and Rat and all those bands in Cinderella, I've heard them all so many times that they've lost all meaning to me. They've lost all meaning to me. Hair metal has lost all meaning to me. Which makes me David Hernandez, because he hates hair metal. But then they'll play like Steelheart and White Lion and these bands, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it puts you in a position. It brings you back to 1985 or 86 or whatever. And you're like, okay, that's fine. But I don't rejoice in it. Certain bands maybe, but not really. So now I find myself looking for the heavier stuff. So I go for the heavier metal station, and I don't give a fuck about Cannibal Corpse. I don't want to hear that, because every time I listen to Cannibal Corpse, there's a happy medium in metal. All right, there's the guys who can actually sing, and then they, screamers, and they, like Rob Halford, and their voices are fucking incredible and amazing. And then there's the guys from Cannibal Corpse who are just like, and I don't know what they're saying, but I know all the time I'm listening to the song, it just makes me think that it must hurt so badly to sing like that. I can't imagine how badly their throats must hurt. But there's a happy medium. There's a sweet spot. There's a metal sweet spot between hair metal and that band is Motorhead. Because Motorhead is evil, and Motorhead is sinister, and Motorhead is a singer who you think his voice must hurt, but it doesn't matter because you can still listen to it because it's fucking amazing. Because I heard Elvis, I flipped over, I heard commercials, and then I flipped over to the metal station, and then a song called Orgasmatron started by Motorhead. And I can't do it justice by telling you that, like, the guitar riff just goes, because I remember I told you with Elvis, the band's like da 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 da, and he's like, you're looking for trouble, you're going to the right place. So you're like, all right, that guy's totally scary. But then Orgasmatron starts, and it's the guitar riff goes, I'm not going to do it well, but it goes, and it just sounds like tanks running over infantrymen. I mean, it is just this fucking brutal, evil song. And then I'm listening to it because I wasn't familiar. I'm not familiar with a lot of Motorhead. I mean, Ace of Spades and fucking, Eat the Rich and stuff like that. But Orgasmatron, I didn't know. But I heard the riff and I was fucking paralyzed in my car. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And the best part is it does the little guitar riff, and then it goes, and then fucking Lemmy just goes, ah, like this fucking weird noise. And you're like, dude, somebody just fucking coughed up a chainsaw. Awesome. And then it's Lemmy singing, and you cannot mistake Lemmy, because you hear Lemmy and you hear his voice, and you're just like, dude, I'm frozen trying to hear it. And the fucking lyrics to that song, dude, because he's like, because again, I didn't know the song, and I'm listening, and I heard it, he says, I am the one Orgasmatron, the outstretched grasping hand, my images of agony, my servants rape the land.
Wow.
My servants rape the land. I'm evil, 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 I'm evil. Obsequious and arrogant, clandestine and vain, 2,000 years of misery, of torture in my name. Don't mess around, don't mess around. Hypocrisy made paramount, paranoia the law, my name is called religion, sadistic, sacred whore.
Holy shit.
I tell you I'm evil, I say. Dink, dink, banana. Motorhead would kill Elvis in a fight. Elvis could pull up in his van, and he piles out in the Jordanaires, and fucking Sonny and Red are there, and everybody's there ready to fucking jam, and Lemmy would detach that thing from his face and just throw it at them and kill them all. Like, he'd bowl them over like 10 pins, like in a cartoon. He would pull that goiter off his face and roll it, and they would all just get knocked down on their asses, and they would run into the van and run away and hide. They are not evil. You are not evil, Elvis. Fucking Lemmy is evil. Evil. And I remember thinking the dichotomy is I'm in the car because I just heard I'm evil, and because again, it's a badass song. It's Elvis's badass song. This Orgasmatron, I don't think it's a big hit. I didn't know anything about it. All I know is when I heard it, I was just like, there's a good chance I'm going to murder somebody tonight. I may murder someone, and this will be the soundtrack for it. Someone's going down, and they're going down a fucking Motorhead. It's going to happen. So I'm listening to the song, and I immediately, when I got home, I bought it. I had to, because like I said, I'm a fan of fucking brutal. So I bring this up to you today because this sounds so stupid. Yesterday I worked. I had a double. And when you work doubles on the weekdays, you work the double in the daytime. So you work the day shift, and then you clock out at like 2 or 2:30, and then you got to come back at 5. So I have a couple hours to myself. So I'm in the car, and I had my iPod and I had my earbuds in, and on shuffle, Orgasmatron came up, and I'm in the car, and it just and fucking Lemmy. I am the one, Orgasmatron. I mean, like, and I'm like, so I mentioned that's what I said when I tried to do the voice earlier, and I hurt my throat because my throat hurts because I've been singing like Lemmy in my car all day yesterday. I kept singing, and because there's a passage at the end where he's like, I hold a banner drenched in blood. I urge you to be brave. I can't even. I sound like a Muppet or something. I lead you to your destiny. I lead you to your grave. Like this fucking deep, and I can't do Lemmy's voice. But then he says, I can't even sing it. I would sing it in the car, and I kept rewinding this line and doing it just because it made me laugh so fucking much. But he just goes, your bones will build my palace. Your eyes will stud my crown. For I am Mars, the god of war, and I will cut you down. And I keep singing that over and over in my car. Just that line, that your bones will build my palace. Your eyes will stud my crown. I'm like, fuck yeah. I got the windows down and I got earbuds in so nobody can hear anything. All right. If you're next to me in the car, it's not like even Orgasmatron is playing in the car. It's in my earbuds. So I'm at a stoplight and I'm like, your bones will build my palace. Your eyes will stud my crown. And I see people like next to me at stoplights just look at me like, what the fuck is that guy doing? The worst voice and just singing it. And I don't even fucking care because it's just blaring. I have it cranked up as loud as it'll go in my fucking head. So the riff is so devastating and then the voice is brutal. It's just a fucking great song. So I'm in the car and I had errands to run. So I had to go to the bank and I had to go to Ralph's. I had all these different things that I had to do. So, I can't fucking believe it, but I did it. Every time I would go somewhere, I would pretend I was entering an arena. Like a UFC fighter or a wrestler. And my theme song was Orgasmatron. And I mean, I did it from the second I parked and opened my car door and first I go to the bank and I would start it over. And I don't sing, of course. I certainly can't sing. You don't sing your own entrance music, folks. But Orgasmatron was my theme music, and I get out of the car and I walk, and you'd have to see me do it, but I walk really slow, like really slowly, and I approach the fucking door of the bank, and I stop. And I just look to the left, and I look to the right, like a wrestler when he comes in, he just looks and he surveys the crowd, or a fucking guy, just some guy hitting the field of battle, and he just looks around. Like I almost scooped up a handful of dirt and just fucking rubbed it in my hand. And I opened the door and I walked into the bank, and I don't know what I was doing. I mean, fuck that. I know exactly what I was doing, but I didn't realize and this will sound weird and I don't mean it to, the charismatic pull of what I was doing. Because I opened the door and I took like 2 steps into the bank and I just stood there and I fucking looked around. I looked at each teller in the face and I looked at each customer in the face and I looked from left to right across the bank. And I'm telling you, everybody froze and watched me. Everybody. It was fucking awesome. It was so hysterical. And then I just took a couple of steps and I got to the island where you have to like fill out your deposit slip. And I stood there and I just fucking, again, I looked. And the Orgasmatron's they can't hear Orgasmatron, all right? They just see this guy walk into the bank, fucking 6'2", 270, and just freezing everybody with a look. And then I reach out my wallet and I just take my money and I start to count it. I stack it up and I get up to the front of the line and there's this woman and she's just, can I help you, sir? And I walk up and then I take out one earbud and I go, hey, how are you? And then she's just like, then she calmed down because like I talked.
Because you look like a lunatic casing the place.
I did not. I looked awesome.
Gee, I'm a bank teller and a weird guy comes in, stares everyone down, walks forward, stares them down again.
I'm not weird. I'm a thick-necked, lantern-jawed fucking monster. And I walked in and I'm just like, yeah, you're goddamn right. You're dirt. You know why they were nervous? Because they figured that their bones would build my palace. Their eyes would stud my crown. So I figured out what to do at the bank. I got it all squared away. And then I put that was funny. I became me. And then I put the earbud back in and I fucking like walked slowly out of the bank. And I opened the door and I held it for somebody. And then I walked out on this. And when I walked out into the night, or into the daylight, I looked again. I stopped and I surveyed the fucking parking lot. I looked. Some people walked up and I looked at them. There were two people at the ATM and I turned around and I just looked and I stared at them. And then they looked at me like, "What are you staring at?" I just kept looking. And I looked away and I got in my car and I drove away. And then I went to Ralph's. And I parked at Ralph's, and same thing. I started the song over, and I opened the door and I walked out. And I had to walk through the parking lot, and I walked super fucking slow because that's, when you're entering an arena, I'm in no hurry. I'm in no goddamn hurry. I'm making my way to the ring, motherfucker. I'm making my way to the octagon. So I'm walking, and a guy pulls up, and he's like behind me, and I can feel him behind me, but I'm walking like crazy slow. And then he gets really close behind me, and then he like pops the horn, beep, and I can hear it. And I stop because I got Orgasmatron on my earbuds, and I just turn around and look at him. And he just looks at me from behind his windshield, just like, Bob. And he just puts his hands in the air like, sorry for honking. And then I walked into Ralph's, super slow. And when I walked into Ralph's itself and the doors open, because I walked to the doors, and I stood there and let the doors open in front of me. And then I walked in, and I walked slowly to get the stuff that I needed. I had to get some 12-pack of soda for work. And I went and grabbed it, and then I walked over and I checked out, and I walked really slow. And I should tell you this too. When I'm walking, there's a Starbucks kiosk in this Ralph's. So I had to walk past, and there's like 4 people there, and then there was a bagger guy there. And as I took a step, I stopped and I looked each of the 4 Starbucks people in the face. And they just froze. And then I looked at the bagger guy, and the bagger, he's sitting at a table drinking like a cup of coffee. And he just put his coffee down, left it, and he walked out. He walked out of the store and went outside.
You were gonna open fire.
No, I did not. I looked awesome.
No, you looked like a crazy person looking for a fight.
No, I looked like a confident guy who knew some things about himself. That's what I looked like. I saw into their souls. And they felt it. They knew it. The power of Lemmy compels me, and I looked right into their souls. They were frozen. And I saw my opportunity. I walked up to the counter. I looked the girl right in the face. She looked at me, and she was standing there, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to handle me. She wasn't sure what was going on, but she knew that I knew. And I looked her right in the face, and I pulled out one of my earbuds. And I said, I want a venti green-eyed mountain jack. You guys can get me at Mike and MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can find me on Facebook at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. Oh, God damn it. You guys can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. You can find our friend David Hernandez, who does all the music and the artwork for the show. Find him at Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez, or you can go to ArtByDMH.com and maybe commission him to do some artwork for you. I'm actually crying. That made me laugh. ArtByDMH.com is our, David's amazing. So please go check out his work. If you want to hire him to do some stuff for you, please do so. And like I said, Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez is where you can go be his friend and see he does a bunch of cool stuff, memes and things like that for the show. And that's, the Westside 86 Jokers page. You can actually join that too. I'll talk about that later. Our friend Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. You can follow her at several different Twitter accounts, Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, Twitter.com/MNTs, and Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest. You can find her at Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. But if you'd like to write her a personal note,
don't end jokes.
You know what? Don't even, if you want to send her, send her a video.
No, do not send me videos.
Send her an audio file.
Don't send me audio files.
Do me a favor, rip open a soda can and just fill it with pills.
And enjoy.
And just shake it, and eventually she's going to show up at your house. But if you want to write her a personal note, you can do so at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Joe business, Joe, your dirt. Joe that you haven't bought the big angry. Not yet. Buy it at your business. Look at that kick-ass art for sale. Tweaked audio just cannot fail. Buy it at your business. Hey, the Schmin, it comes alive. He'll like rap or buy you 1 through 5. Joe, your dirt. Buy it at your business.
Want to remind you guys about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Santa Monica and Vine. It is the best burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles, the hottest, the sexiest, the most amazing burlesque show in the history of the world. Yeah. All right, no, you know what? Bullshit. Yeah, in the history of the world, ladies and gentlemen. And I happen to know the producer of that show. She puts together a fine product. And actually, that's her burlesque name, Fine Product. Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
Hello, Michael. I'm good.
Fantastic. Warm up those forearms. The show last week was St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, it was wonderful.
And it was a theme show. There was plenty of drinking and all sorts of green.
We had 2 girls who actually studied Irish dance. One did river dance, and the other one did, I've forgotten what it's called. Now I feel like
jig?
Because I can't remember. There's another name for it.
Jiggity jig?
Yeah, she did a jiggity jig.
Okay.
She did an Irish jiggity jig, because that's not racism.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, jig was a dance before it became anything terrible.
So anyway, yeah, we had a lot of amazing numbers. We had a beautiful green fairy act with all these LED lights in the costume.
Again, we just said jig. Now you're going to say fairy? Look what you're doing here.
You're an idiot.
You're going to offend everybody.
It was beautiful. It was wonderful. We had lots of shenanigans because it was...
Did you have shamrocks and shenanigans, perchance?
We did.
That is a great song, by the way.
Yeah.
Boom, shalak lock, boom.
As we had Irish drinks and Guinness. It was awesome.
Did House of Pain show up?
No.
Good. But still, it's not a St. Patrick's Day party until House of Pain shows up.
I had no idea. I would have planned better.
They would like to jump around. They would like to come over and jump around at the drop of a hat. They would do that. I got 2 things. Here's what you have to do. If House of Pain shows up at your party, you know what you have to do?
No, what?
First, you have to pack them up.
Uh-huh.
Then you have to pack them in.
Wow.
And then you need to let them begin. So it was a good show, fun stuff. Did you perform? Were you hurt? What happened?
I was hurt.
I know you were. You have been and you
I
are.
did pick up for like 2 acts because that was all I could do. I couldn't make it work.
Okay. But you were there being business Lily and shepherding and
I was
making
there
sure everything was
being
good.
Beautiful green lily because I'm Irish, but
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot it's
I'm Irish, so I tie to my heritage by wearing green once a year.
Is it Lily O. von Stupp or Lily von Ostup?
It's Lily von Ostup.
Lily von Ostup. All right. Am I saying that correctly every week?
Lily Ostup.
Lily Ostup. All right. Well, I like
Lily
that.
on the front stup.
Well, good. So that was big. And then you have the show coming up this week, which is Monday.
Wait, can I tell my Irish joke?
Oh, my God. Please do.
What's Irish and sits in the rain?
I don't know.
Patio furniture. Muppets is coming up on Monday.
It's not easy being a horrible green joke.
No, it's not.
No.
Or a green-eyed mountain.
So the Muppets is this week.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. It should be a fun show. Are you working it or are you hosting? What's
I'm
happening?
doing nothing. I'm just going to show up.
Awesome.
I'm not even going to dress up. Normally I'm either Janice or I'm Scooter or something.
You can be Janice. You can pull it
I
off.
can't. I'm in a lot of pain.
I see. Okay. Well, the tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com for all of the Monday Night Teases that are upcoming. Is there anything you want to plug? A future show, Brown Paper Tickets, for Monday Night Teas, or just go look and browse?
We got the Muppets.
You got the Goonies? Yeah.
Then we got a birthday show for Miss May. Then we have an all Michael Jackson birthday show for Egypt Black Nile.
Pretty cool.
And then we're into April doing all sorts of shit.
You can go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas and join up there and get all the information about the upcoming shows, find out about Brown Paper Tickets, see the acts that are coming, see the acts that are added. It is a great show, a fantastic production. Lily works very hard, and we hope you'll buy some tickets and come out to the 3 clubs in Santa Monica and Vine for the Monday Night Teas. Remember, you can go to facebook.com/Hollywood Burlesque Festival. And sign up there to find out about headliners that are coming to town and theaters when they're announced and all sorts of stuff. It's not for, it's till the end of the year. But the cool part is they will, debut stuff, or they'll mention people even now in March or April, and you'll know who you're going to be seeing when you buy tickets for it in December. So go ahead and join that page. I also want to tell you that March 22nd, this Saturday, coming up this Saturday, is the Quentin Tarantino Burlesque Tribute Show. It is Reservoir Burlesque.
Yeah.
It is at the Yost Theater, yes. At the Yost Theater in Santa Ana, California. It is sold out. by the
It
way. There are no tickets available, but perhaps you can just go down there and score, man. Maybe you can score in the parking lot.
Don't know yet. Well, you might Street Vicodin, but
Yeah.
I don't know about tickets to the show.
Maybe you can trade some Street Vicodin for tickets to the show with our friend Lily. She's willing to make a deal.
I wish I did.
No, they would trade you the Vicodin for tickets.
No, I don't have tickets to give away.
But you'll find some for Street Vicodin.
I don't know.
Who knows? But that's at the Yost Theater in Santa Ana. That is this coming weekend, and all sorts of amazing acts: Jezebel Thunder, Lux LaCroix, and so just terrific. And a great roster up and down. Dude, if you even missed the show in a dream, you better wake up and apologize. So go and check it out in Santa Ana at the Yost Theater, the fantastic Reservoir Burlesque show this weekend, Saturday night, March 22nd. Remember, you can go to facebook.com/the40year-old-boy and be my friend. I'm your friend. And go to facebook.com/westside86jokers. Is that what it is? I don't know. We changed it last week. Facebook.com/westside86jokers, the fan club page. Does it have an actual name or a title or a URL? I don't remember. You changed it, but I can't remember what you changed it to.
It's facebook.com/groups/westside86jokers.
And that's the number 86. So it's facebook.com/group/westside86jokers. Join the fan club. Be part of the reverie, but do not be part of the referee. That's awful. You don't want to be that at all. So go ahead and join the fan club page. That's fantastic. We appreciate it. Find me on Facebook. Be my friend there. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page. We've got all sorts of cool stuff available. We've got the shirt. We've got the tweakedaudio.com/40 is a huge sponsor of this show. Thank you so much for supporting them and buying the autoerotic asphyxiation earbuds and buying the cock ring watches and buying all of their gear. Our friends Bruce and everybody over there are terrific. Please remember we have artwork available. And I know if you've bought artwork and you're waiting for it in Australia, I'm supposed to write you a note. I will, I swear. I know this seems ridiculous and foolish, and I should just refund your money at this point. But I've had a thing. I've been working, and I'm a dummy. But I mean, now this podcast just became a phone conversation with Mick in Australia. How silly! I'll get hold of you. I swear to God, I will. I promise. I say it, and then it just goes into the ether, and I just need to fucking do it. But I will, Mick. But it's nothing. It's like, well, I told Max, and he's got to get it. But we're working on the interlude, and there's stuff. Oh my God, it's a huge explanation. I'm so dumb. And you know what? Here's what Mick. Let me translate that in Australian for you. Crikey! There you go. That explains everything. At the Joe Business page, you can also find the the download sets. Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, Year 4, Year 5 of this show available individually or together as the UN of Evil box set. The Big Angry CD is available. If you buy it through there, I will personalize it and send it to you. Schmitty Comes Alive and For the Life of Schmitty are two separate downloads. Schmitty Comes Alive is a full show. I think it's a 90-minute comedy show. And then there is For the Life of Schmitty, which is just I think a 5-minute song, a 7-minute song. But it was from last year's interlude, which is coming up, by the way. Stick around. That'll be great. What else is on the page? Oh, you know what? Use our Amazon link. I've heard from our friend Sarah J. I've heard from our friend Zelda Moon. I've heard from our friend Erica. Like I said, a lot of other people. I think KC or somebody said that they set up all their work computers to go through the link and go ahead and use the Amazon stores. That's awesome. I appreciate it. So if you use the Amazon link, I get credit, we get credit, and everything gets rolled back into the show. And if you want to just donate to the show without buying anything, there's a donate button on the page, every page, actually, of MikeSchmidtComedy.com, upper left-hand corner, little Schmitty, pocket out, click on him, fill him up. You can donate any amount you'd like individually, or you can subscribe to the show for $2 a month. $5 a month, $10 a month, or the absolute super bonus plan of $25 a month, which gets you a hand job from the producer. So that's fantastic.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm trying, folks. I am working very hard for all of you. Or one of you. She'll come around. Remember that if you use Uber, you can use the code D21UI, and we get credit, and you get credit. You get $10 off. I get $10 in my coffers, in my war chest, as I load up my tank and I run over the infantrymen fucking with Orgasmatron blaring in my head. So if you use Uber, D21UI is the way to go. I don't know if anyone's used it yet. I have no idea. You know, it's funny. Uber and Lyft, they seem like great ideas, really, when you talk about them. But then, in theory, they're really not. I mean, there have been taxis forever, but these guys are just like, hey, we got a different kind of taxi with humans driving instead of fucking, other guys. And it's like, well, no, they're humans too. And it's like, oh, well, but it's a fancy car. Well, so what? You're charging like $9 more than a cab. I don't know. But by all means, use the Uber code. All right? It sounds so stupid. I'm going to talk you out of using Uber as I give you the code that I get credit for. I'm dumb. They're not really sponsors. It's so stupid. Fucking ridiculous. Hey, I want to thank you guys, by the way. Let's do this. I want to thank people who've written me privately, people who've written on Facebook, because you've noticed that I'm happy, and you wanted to say that it looks good on me and stuff, which is really cool, because of my relationship with Jill, and I can't thank you guys enough for noticing. I love her. She is the best. and she has just been unconditionally loving and supporting to me, and I'm so happy for her. So I think that's great, and I'm glad that you guys think it's great, and she's great. And this is a lot of great that I'm talking about here. Because I don't know what else to say. Because literally, because I want to thank you guys. I know it's just because this this show is a show. All right, clearly it's a comedy show and it's a podcast. But at the same time, I've had a lot of personal interaction with a lot of you people, and I feel that you are. This will sound odd. Well, no, fuck. I'll just tell the story. I mentioned there's a photo on Facebook, and it's my favorite photograph of all time, of myself and of Jill and of us together. It's where I'm behind her and I have my arms around her. And I posted it to Facebook, and she's so gorgeous in it. God damn it. And when I put it up, because I'm ostensibly a public figure, and she is not. So I don't think she kind of knew what would happen. So I put the photo up, and people started to comment on Facebook. First they started to like it, and then they started to comment, and they said really nice things. And the best is she's looking at her phone, and she went, and I thought something bad was happening, and I didn't know. And she looks at me, she goes, "Everyone's being so nice." And I said, "Yeah, they're rooting for me, and they're rooting for us, and you are, and you have been, and I know that, and it's a great feeling." And thank you so much. So I just wanted to say thank you and tell you, yeah, I love Jill. She's the best. And thank you for, everybody being supportive and nice and friendly and cool. And I'm happy. I mean, I've never been this happy in my life, and I want to stay that way. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh, of course.
We'll still do dumb shit sometimes, right? So we have a show?
Sometimes? Listen, I can churn out a fucking 40-minute conversation about hand jobs any day of the goddamn week.
Oh, fuck.
It's funny, it was Jill's birthday last week. It was Jill's birthday, so I had to buy her flowers. I didn't have to, but I wanted to, so I wanted to get her flowers. And, I wanted to get her flowers. But the thing is, I like a personal touch. I like to talk to a florist because I want to tell them what I want, and I like to pick stuff. I like to know what a person likes and what I get. And it's funny, Jill has a thing. One of the first things she ever told me about herself was she goes, "I can't keep plants alive. They die." And so I need to pick some super extra special strength flowers that don't die immediately when she gets them. So I didn't know who to call. And the thing is, her birthday was on a Sunday. So I tried to call a florist, and I didn't get through because they were already closed. With work, I was busy, whatever, who cares? So the bottom line is I had to order them online. So I ordered them through sendflowers.com. And here's why. Because I went to ftd.com first. I went to Pro Flowers. I went to 1-800-Flowers. And I wanted them to be delivered on her birthday, which was Sunday. And all of them said they couldn't do it. Sorry, we can't do it. We can't do same-day delivery on a Sunday. We can't do it. I went to sendflowers.com, and it said, absolutely, we can do it online. And so I was like, perfect, let's do this. So I went and I ordered 2 dozen roses. I filled out a card, they had a vase, all that stuff. And again, I would prefer to make a choice, but 2 dozen roses seemed appropriate, and it was her birthday, and that's fine. But I would rather have a say in the rest of the flowers. Like, I didn't want to just go that route, because that's lazy, man. To just send roses is lazy. Roses are awesome. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure. I want to talk to somebody. I don't want to fucking just order online. I hate it because you don't know what you're going to get. This is supposed to be a joyous occasion. So I ordered them for same-day delivery on Sunday, and I ordered them on, Saturday evening. And then I paid for them, 2 dozen roses in a vase. And then an hour and a half later, I get an email. "Oh, we're totally sorry. We can't deliver it same day on Sunday. But what we'll do is we'll send it there on Monday with a note of apology so you're off the hook." And I'm like, well, fuck you, robot flower guy. I am not off the hook. The flowers are a day fucking late, and you bait and switch me into taking my fucking money. What the fuck is your problem? So I called customer service immediately, and I said, look, this will not stand. This will not do. And they were like, what are you talking about? I explained it was her birthday, and I said, look, you told me you could get them there, and then now you're not going to. But then I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be happy. So I wasn't worked up. And I said to them, look, I understand. If you can't do it, that's fine. So send the note of apology. But here's the thing. Monday, she's only home until 4 o'clock. So the flowers have to be there before 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And they said, well, that's fine. We have a 9 to 6 window. I said, I understand that. Make it a 9 to 4 window. And honestly, I would prefer they were there before noon because this is your mistake, not mine. So if you can't get them there tomorrow, that's fine, and I totally understand it. Please get them there before noon on Monday. If not before noon, sometime in the afternoon, because Jill right now she's got a lot of stuff going on, so she's not home. And they said, okay, no problem. Sent me an email, everything was fine. So Monday rolls around. No delivery. I lose my mind. I call them, they're not there by noon. And like I said, she has a day to take care of. She has stuff to do. And I've already told her they're coming. I don't want to. I like to surprise people. I want them to just open the door and go, oh my God, flowers. But I had to tell her because she has to be there to meet them now because they're not getting there on the day that she was supposed to be there. And it's just this fucking clusterfuck mess. But I'm trying to be better and I'm trying to be happy. So I call customer service again. Now this is my 4th call to them. All right, because I had to call to verify some stuff, whatever. This is the 4th call. And I said, listen, I asked for delivery by noon. I said she had to have them delivered by 4. I go, where are these flowers? They go, oh, well, we have a 6 o'clock window. I don't care. I told them yesterday, customer service, well, I don't see that noted in your account. And I said, I don't care if it's noted in my account. You've made 1 mistake, 2 mistakes. This is the 3rd mistake. You need to get these flowers there. I don't understand why you haven't. I want a replacement order sent tomorrow. And it needs to be there by noon tomorrow. So now her birthday's Sunday. Now I'm getting her flowers on Tuesday. I said, you don't realize I look stupid right now. You already missed her birthday, and now I look stupid by not getting them there. It makes no sense. I've never done business with your company before, but I got to be honest with you, I'm never doing it again. They said, sir, we'll take care of it. And by the way, we're sending a note of apology. So honestly, it puts the onus on us, and it takes you off the hook. I go, it doesn't take me off the hook. She didn't get the flowers on her fucking birthday. I don't give a fuck if you did it or I did it. She didn't fucking get them. I didn't swear. I didn't say fuck again. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be happy. So, the guy on this end, flower, and they were very nice. Again, all of them, and I kept saying to them, I understand this is not your fault. I am not angry at you. I am furious at your company. I don't understand why this is happening. No problem. We'll take care of it. We'll get her another replacement order tomorrow. I said, fine. So I get a text from Jill, and she's like, I don't know if you canceled that delivery, but it never showed up. And I said, no, I didn't cancel anything. She goes, well, I just got a text. They just arrived at my house. This is at like 5:45 her time. And she said, they're beautiful. I love them. And she sent me a photo. And I said, I'm glad you love them. That's all I wanted. Can I ask you a favor? This is going to sound awkward. Can you have somebody count them? She said, okay, why? I said, because I ordered 2 dozen roses and that looks like a dozen. And she sent the text and the person wrote back and said, there's 12. And again, I didn't know what was going on her end. All I know is I got a text from her, and it was just a screenshot of her exchange, and it just said, don't get arrested, please. So as you can see, Jill knows me. But again, I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be happy. So I called up sendflowers.com. This is like the 5th phone call. And this time again, no swearing, but there was bass in my voice. And I said, listen, I want a refund immediately. I don't understand why you would do this. I don't understand the bait and switch from the beginning. I don't understand missing the deadline. I don't get, and I'm explaining everything. And they, well, sir, we can't give you a refund without getting back the arrangement. And I said, what are you talking about? Do you think I'm lying? I said, I will send you a photo of a dozen roses sitting on a countertop in Wisconsin, and then you will know that I'm telling the truth. I'm in California. I'm not in control of this situation. You've made me look terrible. You've made me look terrible. They said, well, sir, I'm telling you, and I go, you're calling me a liar. You're actually calling me a liar. No, I'm not calling you any names, sir. I go, I understand that. I know this isn't your fault, but if your company's policy is to make a mistake and then make me prove that you made a mistake before you give me my money back, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And they said, well, we'll have to pick up the arrangement tomorrow, and then we can process a refund for you. So here's the thing. She's already seen the arrangement and said she loves it. It's just not what I wanted it to be.
Or what you paid for.
Or what I paid for. I said to her, I go, how much was my bill? And she told me. And I said, and she goes, I see, that's definitely 2 dozen roses. I go, great, there's a dozen sitting on a countertop in Wisconsin. And she said, well, like I said, we'll have to reclaim that arrangement, and we'll try to process a refund. And I go, there is no try, only do. Yoda would not be happy right now. So we tap dance through it, and she makes notes in the account and whatever the hell's going to happen. And I go, fine, send them to pick it up. I go, but here's the thing. They have to pick it up before noon tomorrow. Because, again, she's out. Because that's the thing is she, without going into too much detail, she wasn't going to be around. So they're like, all right, well, we'll do the best we can. We got to talk to a local florist. Fine, just do. You have to do it. I want the money back. You should just give me the money back anyway. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to give the flowers to somebody else? You're insane. So I hang up with them and I immediately Google. There's a florist that I wanted to use because I looked for the best florists in Wisconsin and I found one, and it happened to deliver to where she is. So I called them, and even though it's 7:30 at night in Wisconsin, I took a shot, and I called them and they were closed. And their voicemail, by the way, was, "Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for calling." I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I know the Midwest is a little bit behind, but not a month. It's fucking St. Patrick's Day. So I listened to the whole message. And she's like, she's going on and explaining Valentine's Day. And on Valentine's Day, we'll be open until 7 o'clock. And if you want to get something delivered, we can go ahead and do that. But thank you so much for calling. We've been written up in this and we've been written up in that. And really friendly and nice, but it's a voicemail and I'm waiting for it to end. And then she said, "If this is a floral emergency, you can call me at this number." Well, folks, I've never been involved in a floral emergency, so I can't testify to whether or not this was one for certain. However, this is as close as I'm going to get. So I hung up and I called that number immediately. And astonishingly, Nancy picked up. And I said, "Hello?" And she said, "Hi." And I said, "Is this Nancy?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "My name is Mike. Don't hang up. I know it's weird. Are you eating dinner?" She goes, "No." I said, "All right. What are you doing?" And she goes, "Who is this?" And I said, "All right, listen, my name is Mike. I'm sorry, I'm a little panicked right now, and here's why. I have what I think may be a floral emergency." And she says, "Really? Have you done business with us?" I go, "No, this is a first-time call to you to repair some things that have been done terribly by other people out on the internet that I don't even want to deal with anymore. Please tell me you can help me. What are you doing right now?" She said, "I'm watching Dancing with the Stars, but I'm happy to multitask." I said, "Good, because I'm in California and my girlfriend is in Wisconsin and I need a florist on the ground." And she said, "What can I help you with?" And I just told her the whole story. I said, "Look, I don't like dealing with internet people. I like talking to a certain human being. I like somebody who has a flair for it, somebody who has a knack for it, somebody who I can give my suggestions to, and someone who will steer me in the right direction and go ahead and make sure that something's going to look great for somebody that I love." And she said, "I can do that for you. What do you want?" And so I told her, I said, "I want, there's significance to what I chose." So I picked, I needed 19 roses and 19 of another flower. And I wanted them all together in one bouquet in a vase. And so I asked her about flowers. I said, I need to know what looks good with the roses. And she coached me through, and we agreed on these green Fujis. I said, she started to explain that. I go, "Stop right there. Green's my favorite color." And she's a Packer fan. I'm sold. So she goes, "And I'll put in this hot pink fucking Hendrija, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, because I wanted baby's breath. I like foliage. I like a presentation. I don't want just flowers in a fucking bowl." And she's like, "I can do that. I'll put this together here. I'll put this here. We'll do this, and it'll be great. And then we'll deliver it tomorrow, and it'll be all taken care of, and we'll square it away, and everything will be fine." And I mean, she answered the phone at her home, interrupted Dancing with the Stars to help me out. So if you ever need a florist in Wisconsin, I would look up Fantasy Flowers, because they are my people on the ground. And Nancy runs a seriously tight ship. So I told her what I wanted. She told me what she could do, and we worked it all out. And then, and I was squared away. And then that night, I unfortunately I had to tell Jill, "Listen, one delivery guy is coming to pick up the other arrangement." Because I should tell you this. This is what I told Nancy flat out. I said, "Listen, I've already sent an arrangement, and my girlfriend has seen it, and she really liked it, but it's not what I wanted. It's not even close." I said, "I bought 2 dozen roses, and it's just one, and it's nice because it's a dozen roses. What isn't nice about a dozen long-stemmed roses? However, I wanted her blown away, and so I'm asking you, Nancy, I want you to knock her on the floor." If not, because initially that's what I want anyway, but just to make up for all this hassle. I said, I've had to call her 3 times. She has to be around to listen for a delivery guy. Now tomorrow they're coming to schlep and pick it up. I want her to see because again, when I send flowers and they don't get there when she's there, then they're on the counter and she gets a picture. It's not the same. It's not the same. You want that fucking, whoa. You want to give somebody something and see their face. And you want them to see that in person. They don't want to get a text. So I said, I want you to knock her down. I want her to open the door and see it and just get blown away. You gotta be me. You're me. You're Wisconsin me. Take care of me. And she said, I can do that. So the next day, I told Jill, I'm like, listen, I don't know what's happening with these guys. They want to come pick it up. As far as I'm concerned, you leave it on the fucking porch and they can just scoop it up. But I said, the only thing is we need to give it back because I need to get a refund. Otherwise, I'm not going to get the refund. She's like, these people, I don't get it. I said, all right. And then the other arrangement's coming, and I want her to come. I told her to come early in the morning, as early as possible, because Jill had to be out of the house by noon. So I told Nancy that. She's like, no problem. I got a delivery guy. He's usually in at 11, but I'll try to get him in earlier. Fine. So before I went to sleep at 4:30 in the morning, California time, I texted Nancy. And I said, really looking forward to seeing your work. Please remember to get it to her by noon. She's definitely going to be walking out. And remember, I want you to knock her down. So I then wake up in the morning and I have to go to work and I've got my phone and there's texts from Nancy and it just says, we need the address to process your order. We can't find the address on a map. You need to contact us immediately. And these texts are coming at like 10 a.m. Wisconsin time and Jill's leaving at noon. I'm like, dude. So I immediately text back the address and I'm like, I've sent product, stuff there and I've received stuff from there. It's definitely, it works. That address works. And she's like, it's just not coming up on maps. And so now I don't know what to do. And I don't want to call Jill and check again, because I look like an idiot. So Nancy's like, no problem. We'll take care of it. So I put my faith in Nancy. I get in my car. I leave to go to work. And I'm driving, and right at noon, Wisconsin time, 10 a.m. my time, my phone buzzes. And I know it's one of 3 things. It's either Nancy telling me they can't find the house. It's Jill telling me she can't wait any longer and she has to leave. Or the eagle has landed. So I reach and I grab my phone and I look. And I get a text from Jill. And it just says, dude! In all caps, thank you. Please call me if you have time. And I threw in my Bluetooth and I called her up and she says, whoa. Like what? And she goes, I can't even get it out of the box. I said, what? She goes, the delivery guy brought it up and when I opened the door, I could barely see his face from the flowers. And then he brought it in and they left it in the box of the newspaper. I go, oh no, does that look terrible? And she goes, no, it's so huge. Like there's nothing they could do. Like he couldn't take it out. And I think they know that I got to move it. So they didn't. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Mike. And she sends me a photo. And then she sent me the photo and I looked at it and I go, Jesus, I didn't know I bought you a yard. I mean, like it is. It is. Because again, it's a ton of flowers and foliage and a vase. And so she took a picture of it like next to her fridge. So I saw for scale and it's on her countertop. And I was like, God damn it. And I was so happy. And I just told her, do you like them? And she goes, I love them. Thank you. I love them so much. And that's all I cared about. So Nancy knocked her over. Absolutely knocked her over. And then she posted them on Facebook, which was really cool. And you can see them. If you go to my Facebook page, you can see she tagged me in it, so it's on the wall. And I'm blown away. They look so great, and the woman did such a great job. But it is pretty. It's gigantic. It's what I wanted. It's absolutely what I wanted. Because I want to do nothing but spend the rest of my life impressing Jill. So I'm really glad that I was able to do that then. And hopefully I'll do that in the future. And thank you guys for caring about my happiness. And she is my happiness. And I'm taking steps to make sure that I stay happy and get better. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens. Now, Lily, let's talk about hand jobs. Now, here's the thing. If we can just get 27 people to line up and they're willing to pony up the cash, and we'll film it too, because then we'll sell the DVD, and the DVD will be rights, and everything will be perfect, and then we'll get you the money, and it'll get you to Hawaii on the DVD. human lunch meat. I'm nobody. I'm baloney in pants. God damn it. Why do I think I'm somebody special? Why do I think I'm anybody interesting? I'm not. All I bring to the table is everything that everybody else does, but louder. Don't hit snooze on me, motherfucker. I am a hilarious noise machine. I'm going to tell you this. You need to sit down and reevaluate your life if you can pull 2 midget Indian wrestlers out of your skull at any time. You know what? I don't even need you people here. Seriously, I do this. I love me. I don't give a fuck what you think, how you think. God damn it, I'm the greatest. I can't go for Schmidt. No, no. No can do. 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 No can do.